Hello, little ones. Would you like to hear a story? I've got one for you. Of dungeons and douchebags. Long ago, the land of Irion was governed by many majestic empires. The humans of the plains, the elves of the forest, the Oreads of the mountains, the Merrow of the oceans, and the kobolds and Okiti taking what was left. But, as is so common amongst all with darkness in their hearts, those who had power would not be satisfied until they had more. War broke out, alliances being made and broken in a second, as the once civilized races slew each other in droves in vain attempts to get one more seat of power. The kobolds, on the brink of annihilation, sought out a new draconic god who would protect them. Instead, they found Jogotha. A powerful and terrible dragon, Jogotha cared not for the suffering of those around him. Taking advantage of the warring continent, Jogotha razed Irion to the ground, seeking to carve a mighty empire in his name. A last desperate alliance stood firm against Jogotha, and after a terrible battle, the dragon was finally slain. With Irion torn apart, and no one in any shape to continue the war, an armistice was reached, and the Great War ended. Now, many years later, Irion has started to rebuild, and the Age of Clockwork has begun. And our unlikely heroes, gathered first to celebrate a harvest festival, may soon find themselves at the center of another war. Trevlon, the halfling bard.
I'm gonna get to the bottom of this mystery right after I've had this little nap.
Corellian, the kobold paladin.
You must understand, I will do whatever it takes.
Malifane, the half-elf rogue.
You have me rather curious. Tell me something about you.
Thavagath, the Goliath barbarian.
With victory comes honor. And goes.
And Momo, the Arakakra cleric.
You seem tense. Let me help you.
From humble beginnings, these brave adventurers may soon find themselves the key to saving the fallen empires. Last time on Dungeons and Douchebags, Fallen Empires. Our heroes had a meal with Morked Lionbelly, the mayor of Port Mirandu, who informed them that he was a close friend of Lord Stormkirk, and that Stormkirk would want the legendary hammer back. Eventually, however, they persuade Mr. Lionbelly that, although Stormkirk was not a patient man, he could afford to wait several days, months even, to get to Port Mirandu himself and retrieve the hammer personally. Afterwards, they went to the harbor, where they checked with the harbor master to see if Momo's master, Arias Emaclu, had in fact skipped town, only to find there was no sign he actually arrived, for his name was missing from the harbor master's records. Before they could investigate further, our heroes heard explosions at Panmia Academy, and rushed there to find that there was a golem made of spellbooks ravaging the place. Unable to fight it without taking heavy damage or heavy loss, our heroes hid from the golem, ducking into a storage chamber which it would not enter. There, they met Annabelle Wheelwright, a transmuter and student of the academy. Annabelle told them the golem had gone active a few hours before, and no one knew why. But she did have several ideas for how to stop the golem before it broke out of the academy and escaped into the city proper. What foul force awakened the golem? Will our heroes be able to find the items they need to survive an encounter with the beast? And if that timer runs out that I've been hinting at, what exactly is going to happen and how's that going to change the campaign? Because, ooh, doggy, they are not prepared for that. Find out on the next episode of Dungeons and Douchebags, Fallen Empires. Hello and welcome to Dungeons and Douchebags, Fallen Empires here at Camp Streamix. As always, I am your host, Alex, and with me, as always, we've got a very lovely casting crew of colorful characters. We have Gentleman Walrus.
Welcome to Internet Remix. If you would like a funny scream, press 1 now.
1. Yes,
I got my money's worth.
We've got Atlas.
Oh god, I've been stuck in this phone tree forever. I think it's sentient. Send help!
Don't worry about it. We've got Phil. We've got Scott.
66 characters so far for Smash. Get hooked.
And we've got JoJo.
I have a PB&J. I'm so hungry.
Dine on the PB&J. Consume.
Feast upon it.
That's how I eat all my food.
Just going at it until it just transports into your stomach.
Yeah, like a freaking chainsaw.
Don't even waste time on the M. Just die.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no. Well,
No is correct.
when last we left off, our heroes had gotten to Panmea Academy, which was under attack by a rampaging golem made of spellbooks. They tried to fight it and got fucking owned.
Yeah.
Oh, did you put up the art that I made for, Corellian?
No, not yet.
Okay, are you gonna...
I might do it after the stream.
Mm-hmm.
Post stream.
All right. So, after hiding from the book golem to avoid getting fucking owned again, they met up with one of the students at the academy, Annabelle Wheelwright. Let me actually pull up her picture real quick so you remember what she looks like. There we go.
Oh, she's beautiful. What a wonderful artist to do her.
I love her. Thank you, Uprising!
Uprising did a wonderful job with her.
Yeah.
Okay, she did.
Yee.
I'm gay for her.
Who isn't?
Yeah.
Who isn't? And she gave some suggestions on what to find. The one you guys were going after was going to the library to see if you can find the book that created a spellbook golem. So you go through the hallways until you get to the academic wing.
So there's a big fountain in front of us. I presume that's what that is. Right?
That is a huge ass fountain in the middle of the hall. Then you hear.
Also, what is that clock in the middle?
Oh yes, this is a kind of special dungeon. This clock shows how much time you have left before bad things happen. If you take too much time, the clock will go down, like so. Boop. As it updates, please. Thank you. Wait, that's the wrong clock. I'm not on the map. I'm not on that map.
Oh no!
Already used.
What have you done?
We already used one of these.
Dear God.
Dear God in heaven. Boop.
There's more.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wait a
It's
minute.
3!
And if that clock is empty, bad things happen.
Oh
I don't
my,
know
oh
what
no.
Is it a final type bad things happen once and that's it, or does the clock reset and more?
It's a final bad things happen. It's not going to reset.
Gotcha.
So
All
that
right.
doesn't make me happy.
That is
My
No
favorite.
fucking pressure.
Freaky sweet,
Yeah.
Lois.
So as you head into the hallway, you hear the clack 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 of someone running in heels behind you, and then a brief pause, then clack boom of someone running after you while taking off one heel and trying to take off the other. And then Annabelle finally
What a
catches up,
mood.
holding up a lantern, saying, "Figured I'd come with you people. There's a couple of nasty books in that library, and I don't want them to bite you."
Wait, some of the books are alive?
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think,
How alive are we talking, by the way? Are they just slightly animate, or will they just go for me?
Well, I mean,
They're not going to engage you in conversation if that's what you're asking. More like if you handle them wrong, they're going to bite you.
Nice. I'm so pleased.
Sounds adorable. Let's go.
I just get on Thavagat's shoulder, of course.
Good work.
I'm trained.
Let's do a good work. Good work. Here, have seed.
You just have a bowl strapped to your shoulder at this point.
Yeah, I just have a pouch full of pumpkin seeds. It's great.
Aww, it's so cute.
I turn to Annabelle and I say, presumably you know the way there, right?
Oh yeah, straight shot west down this hall, and she points that way.
Righto.
Which west?
Oh god.
West is left.
I was in character.
Yeah.
But yeah, alright.
She pointed in that direction, so
Ah, right, okay. Let's go, Barb.
And she leads the way with heels kind of strapped at her belt.
I will say, with how tall those boots were, it's fairly impressive that she managed to get out of them as quickly as she did.
Yep.
She knew what to do. She hasn't done this before.
You suspect
done this before.
magic may have been involved.
Whatever it takes.
All right. So, you head down the hallway towards the library as I change the map over.
Ooh.
All right. You see this grand circular room with rows of bookcases that some are not on the map because they're not important. Others are just curved bookcases made to circle around the room. And in the center, there is a desk with a small kind of cat, bat, dog creature, this tiny creature, sitting next to a small bowl and some candles on the desk in the center.
Right.
Can we see it?
Yes, you can. He is not hiding.
Do we know... Does Trevor know what this is?
Roll Arcana.
I have a bad feeling about this, but here we go!
You have heard of these, Trevlon, being in a town with as relatively high a magic user population as Port Mirandu. This is a homunculus. They are
no.
they are created to be wizard servants, and basically their secretaries.
That's awesome.
That's cute.
I love
No.
him.
Knowing this, Trevlon decides to take a step forward and see if they decide to bite my face or say hello.
The homunculus looks up as you approach and says, "Hello, seeker of knowledge! How may I assist you?"
Oh my god, okay. Hi, you sound amazing.
Thank you.
We are looking for a spell book of sorts. Any sort of spell book that would be able to deal with, say, a giant amalgam of pages and void and light. Basically something huge and scary and needing burnt, basically. To a crisp.
Thank you for being specific. We've got a shit ton of spell books in here. But what you're saying sounds like it would be in the forbidden section. And I can't let just anyone in there. It would be dangerous.
Alright. What do you need to know about us that would let us into the forbidden section?
You must first pass some trials of knowledge. If you pass, I will let you into the forbidden section. If you don't, I'll probably throw pencils at your head.
How
That's not
high?
very nice.
Don't worry, I got this.
I'm gonna help you, Zavaga.
Trevlon sort of puts his hand on Thoragaf's arm and says, "Maybe we should work as a team here. You know, we are
I
all in
agree.
this together."
Yeah.
Thank you for the bits, by the way.
Oh,
Thank you.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, and because I feel the need to make note of this, because Scott's character Malifane has an alternative self named Esgal that comes out when there's no light around. I feel the need to make note that this particular room is magically lit, and the last corridor wasn't, but Annabelle was carrying a lantern. So if he was near Annabelle, Malifane would have been the dominant one.
Right.
Okay.
Got it. So, Trevlon sort of scratches his little chin and asks, "What kind of trials are we
Oh.
talking?"
The first trial is a riddle.
Oh, God.
Boy,
Right. How long do we have to answer it in terms of time?
That's a good question. Most people, usually give an answer straight away. I'll say you probably shouldn't, leave the library or try to cheat by looking it up, but other than that...
Why would I leave a library, a place filled with knowledge, to try and look something up?
I don't know, you could be really stupid.
That's very true.
And we are not.
Yeah, we are not.
We shall see as soon as you pass the trials, including this riddle. I have
Right.
lots to say, but never speak. I open, but you cannot walk through me. I have a spine, but no bones. What am I?
You're a book?
How could you possibly have guessed the answer was a book in the middle of a library?
Wow.
Wow, you exist!
Much appreciated.
Wow, you exist.
Curly just kind of rolls their eyes a little bit.
And thank you,
What's
Twitch
next?
chat, for guessing.
Nice job, Twitch chat.
All right,
So smart.
Actually, let me get some music up in here since you're in the library.
Heck yeah!
Please put Professor Layton music on.
I'm not gonna get demonetized.
Point taken.
All right.
I was curious because I haven't been in this kind of situation in a D&D game before. I was curious whether or not we had to make a roll for that. Like, if we got a low roll, we had to just pretend we didn't fucking know.
Well, if you don't know the answer, I will let you try to use player character knowledge to get hints, but you clearly did know the answer because it's talking about books in a library.
Yeah, no, I figured. I was like,
Not the hardest thing to answer.
Mm-hmm.
All
right.
I think I wouldn't fucking know this.
All right. Trial the second. 2 carriages depart at the same time. One from the city of Shimmering Lights, one from Ashran Alora. The one from Ashran Alora departs at 4 miles an hour heading straight north. The one from the city of Shimmering Lights, 6 miles per hour heading straight south. At what point do the 2 carriages meet up?
Can I roll to see if I know this?
Somewhere in the middle of the two.
All right, the homunculus starts throwing a pencil at your head. Yeah, that would be correct if this was a lateral thinking riddle, but it's not. All right, roll intelligence, Momo.
Okay.
All right, so, Momo, not really knowing where those cities are, you decide to take a look at the map you bought in Port Mirandu. Hold on as I shift-click you over to where everything is.
Okay.
That's a control click. This is Ashran Alora.
Okay.
This is the city of Shimmering Lights.
And one's going north and one's going south.
The one from Ashran Alora is going north, the one from the city of Shimmering Lights is going south.
They don't meet up.
Is that your final answer?
I mean,
They're going
Unless you
straight
got-
south and north, then it's true.
You are absolutely correct. They run into the water and drown.
hooray!
Yay!
Then nature takes its course.
And then the third trial is a trial that is greater than all the others. You'd better take notes. This one gets a little bit complicated.
Oh boy.
Okay.
All right. You are a ferryman who ferries people across the river. It's a nasty flood, and 5 particular specimens are going to cross the river. As I reveal them from the GM's lair. All
I
right.
love the raccoon.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's so cute.
At the top is a Firbolg, mighty guardian of the forest. Below him, the Kelpie, a huge asshole who likes to drown people. Below the Kelpie, a Dryad, a tree spirit of the woods. Below her, a raccoon, and below the raccoon is a cabbage. Now, you can only take 2 of them across the river at a time, and you must get all 5 to the other side. But not all of them can be together at the same time. The Kelpie will always try to drown the Dryad and the raccoon. Thank you for the bits.
Bits.
Yeah. The Firbolg will protect the Dryad from being drowned, unless he is on the same tile as the raccoon, which is so cute it will distract him. And if left to his own devices, the Firbolg will eat the cabbage. The Dryad will protect the cabbage because it is sacred to the woods, but will also shoot the raccoon because it will try to steal and eat the cabbage. The raccoon will always distract the Firbolg, be drowned by the Kelpie, get shot by the Dryad, and will also eat the cabbage. The cabbage does nothing because it's a fucking cabbage. You can only carry two across at a time. Choose wisely, or get pencils thrown at your head.
2 across at a time. Well, are we allowed to ask questions about the riddle?
If you need clarification on the rules, yes.
Are we allowed to take just 1 at a time?
Yes.
Okay. Let me think. So, oh god, this is a lot to remember. Let me think.
I told you you should have been taking notes.
Okay, well, you know what?
Malafane was trying to take notes, but was too slow to keep up.
Should we try the dryad and the cabbage first?
Let's see. So, dryad cabbage means that raccoon, kelpie, and furbolg are on the same side. So? Remind us who's got what grudge against the kelpie, and vice versa.
Right. The kelpie will drown the dryad or the raccoon if left alone with them. But if the firbolg and the kelpie and the dryad are on the same side, the firbolg will protect the dryad and nothing will happen.
Well, why don't we take the kelpie over first?
Don't you want to maybe figure out the entire thing before starting on an answer?
Well, I'm just thinking, okay, right. Am I allowed to confer with my teammates and not actually say what my final answer is?
Sure!
Right, here's my lateral thinking. Firstly, we take the kelpie across on its own. Then we take the dryad and the cabbage, and then we take the firbolg and the raccoon. Does this make logical sense?
The firbolg will protect the raccoon.
No, the firbolg will protect the dryad!
I'm going to roll intelligence just so I can see if I can get a quick hint, just to make this easier on us. Fuck.
You, like most of the chat and the Discord chat, are lost.
I have a thought. There are 3 creatures here, and there are 3 of us. Why don't we have him repeat it to us one more time, but we each take hold of one particular creature's nose?
That's all.
That way we can keep them all together.
Okay.
That's a great idea.
Sir, would you repeat the
riddle? Before you do that, let's
yes.
actually make a note of what creatures we are all on.
You're right.
Well, I'll take the firbolg if nobody goes in.
I'll go for the second token thing, whatever that is.
The kelpie!
The kelpie. I'll take the kelpie.
I'll take the dryad.
I guess I'll take the raccoon.
And Thevageth will presumably take the cabbage because I don't know if he
presumably because he is typing in Discord and not on mic or for some reason.
I'll see if I can remember for cabbage as well, but
Right.
Sir, would you repeat the riddle once more, please?
Of course! You must carry all 5 of these over to the other side of the river without anyone drowning, getting shot, or getting eaten. The firbolg is the one up at the top. He will protect the dryad from being drowned, but he will get distracted from that duty if the raccoon is on his side, and he will also eat the cabbage if the dryad is not on his side. The kelpie is an asshole and will try to drown both the dryad and the raccoon. The dryad will shoot the raccoon to protect the cabbage and will protect the cabbage in general if on the same side. The raccoon will distract the firbolg from protecting the dryad, get drowned or shot by the kelpie or the dryad, and will eat the cabbage if left alone with it. The cabbage is a fucking cabbage.
Profanity.
Okay, so let's
Fucking
rattle
cabbage.
off what we know so far. One character at a time. So, firbolg protects the dryad, raccoon distracts him, will eat the cabbage. And will also get killed by the kelpie.
The kelpie is a butthole and will drown the dryad and the raccoon.
The dryad will shoot the raccoon to protect the cabbage, and protect the cabbage if on the same side.
Hmm.
Corellian?
Oh, what? Yeah. Raccoon distracts the Firbolg, eats the cabbage, or gets shot by Dryad, or drowned by the Kelpie.
And the cabbage is a effing cabbage.
Good talk.
Right. So let's think about which one we should take over first. Let me think. Well, presumably we would take over the ones that are most dangerous to everybody else. So,
Wait,
or at least
what if we took over the Kelpie and the cabbage first, and then we took the Firbolg and the Dryad, and then the raccoon?
that sounds like it actually works.
Does that information contradict with anyone else's statements?
Let me
Okay.
work it out first.
So, remind me what goes first.
The Kelpie and then the cabbage, because it doesn't say that the Kelpie will eat the cabbage.
That's true.
And then the Firbolg and the Dryad. Because
Well, if we
Huh?
leave the wait, no, sorry, continue.
And then the raccoon afterwards.
yeah.
That
think that
sounds
sounds
like it
good.
checks out.
I hope so.
All
If
right.
it makes you feel better, yeah,
Yeah, I believe so.
So,
let's do it.
That works.
so you're taking over first Kelpie and the raccoon, yes?
Yes,
Yes.
No, Kelpie. and
No.
cabbage
We're
first.
taking the Kelpie and the cabbage.
yes, that's the one. Yes.
All right. He starts throwing pencils at your head.
Ah!
The Dryad will shoot the raccoon.
Oh, right.
Oh, that's right, because the raccoon's distracted by the Firbolg. Shit.
All right.
The Kelpie. What does the Kelpie kill again, by the way?
The Dryad and the raccoon.
Okay. So we
Oh.
can't leave the Dryad alone with the raccoon. That's the main thing.
Right.
Can we take... We have to
can,
take them
however,
over
leave the
two
Dryad
at
with
the
the
time.
cabbage.
That is correct. Or you could take just
We can
one.
all- I'd
Oh.
say, okay. If we take the Kelpie over first, that means that he won't be killing anybody, and the Firbolg will be making sure that the Dryad doesn't kill the raccoon. That make sense?
That checks. I think that checks out. The Dryad will shoot the raccoon the Dryad will shoot the raccoon to protect the cabbage, and it says about the Firbolg that. Does it say that will happen regarding the Firbolg?
Say
Regarding
again.
what do you mean?
Does it say that the Firbolg will protect it?
The Firbolg will only protect the Dryad, unless the raccoon's on the same side as the Firbolg, in which case it will distract him and he will not protect the Dryad.
Oh.
I don't think that will work.
Well, the raccoon. If we take it over first, and let's do okay, raccoon first. We are left with the cabbage, the Dryad, the Kelpie, and the Firbolg. Dryad won't be killing the raccoon. The cabbage will be safe, and the Kelpie will not. Well, actually, the Kelpie will be able to kill the Dryad, won't they?
Not with the Firbolg protecting it.
That's correct.
Right.
Raccoon first. Therefore, we've got no loose ends at the end. That sound logical?
But then the Kelpie will try to kill the Dryad, right?
But the Firbolg will
Firbolg
protect
protects.
it.
Oh, this is true. That's a good idea.
All right. I think if we take raccoon first, we'll get somewhere. Can we take this in steps?
Let's start with that and see how we progress.
Yes.
Well, we'd like to put our best foot forward and say raccoon only first.
Raccoon only?
Yes.
He throws a pencil at your head. The Firbolg will eat the cabbage.
Oh, yeah.
Aww.
I forgot about that shit.
Hmm.
Wait, no. But won't. Because the Dryad will protect the cabbage if it's on the same side.
My mistake!
Which ends up with the Firbolg dying.
Carry on!
Ha! Yes! Oh, thank God. No
Yes!
offense. I'm sorry, but yes. Okay. Right, next. We can't bring the cabbage across without the Dryad. But that if we bring the Dryad across, then she'll kill the raccoon.
Is there
So,
anyone that we can bring across without any consequences?
Kelpie and Firbolg.
Yes, because it protects the raccoon on one side. And then Dryad Cabbage.
Wait, does the Firbolg protect the raccoon? Just out of
No.
curiosity?
He is distracted by the raccoon.
That's not the same as
Unless you take it over, one of them over back again, the raccoon back again, on the same turn, right?
That kind of... Does it work?
So you take the raccoon back, leaving the Kelpie and the Firbolg, and then you
I
take
hate this.
Dryad and the Cabbage over, leaving the raccoon on one side, which leaves the raccoon over on one. Did that make sense?
Yeah.
So, to recap, so you take the Kelpie and the Firbolg over, and then you take the raccoon back over on the same turn. So you have Kelpie, Firbolg one side, raccoon, Dryad, Cabbage, and then you take the Dryad and the Cabbage over. So it's the Dryad, Cabbage, Kelpie, Firbolg on one side, and the Cabbage alone, and you take the Cabbage.
I don't think that'll work, because while we're sailing away, whilst we're in the same spot, like the Dryad, the raccoon, and the Cabbage, they'll just kill each other. Or at least the Dryad will kill the raccoon while they're on the same place at once.
Well, the Cabbage is alone on one side.
If we take... Oh, we don't take the Cabbage over, damn.
Oh.
This is really hard.
Can I roll for a hint?
Yes.
Alright, wish me luck.
Yes! You are absolutely correct in that this riddle cannot be solved unless you sail some people back and forth.
Nice! So, Corellian, what were you saying about putting people back and forth?
Well, the idea is well, in general, you want to get people on one side so you can. Sorry, it's a bit difficult to articulate, but the gist is that you can use your boat as a temporary placeholder of sorts to shuffle people without having them be in direct conflict.
I see.
Quick question. Do we protect the people? Do we make sure that everybody's not killing everybody while we're actually seeing them?
Yes. If you are on that side, then they will not kill each other.
Okay, that makes things way easier. Okay, right. So you suggested that we take the Firbolg and the Kelpie over and their raccoon back, and then we take the Dryad and the Cabbage back, and then we come back for the raccoon.
True, but in leaving to come back for the raccoon, we would be leaving the Dryad and Kelpie together. So
and then the Kelpie would kill the Dryad.
But the Firbolg would be taking care of the Dryad, wouldn't he?
Would he?
Yeah.
Would he?
Firbolg protects the Dryad.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Maybe that would work.
Let's try it.
Okay.
So, I look at the homunculus and I say, we'll take the Firbolg and the Kelpie over.
Okay.
Then we take the raccoon back.
All right.
Then we take the Dryad and the Cabbage back.
So far, so good.
Okay.
And then, whilst we leave them all to fuss about, we take the raccoon back.
He throws a pencil at your head. The Firbolg eats the cabbage.
Right, we always forget that one.
But the Dryad protects the cabbage also.
If on the same side.
Which they would be.
Yes.
Maybe move the Dryad down?
It is literally just one more step. It's not that hard.
It's one more step.
Take the dry. Yeah, no.
Take the Kelpie back? No.
They would take the.
You hear Annabelle, what if you took the cabbage back? And then took both the cabbage and the raccoon?
Wouldn't the raccoon eat the
raccoon would eat
cabbage?
the raccoon.
If we're looking over
Oh,
it.
not on the boat.
Not
You're
on
right.
the boat.
You're right. That's what I was missing.
Thank you, Annabelle. We do that.
Congratulations! With the help of an NPC, you've solved the riddle!
All
We're
right,
sorry, madame!
Honestly, you almost had it, and I had the feeling that you would get that eventually, but whatever. Congratulations! You have passed the tests of knowledge. Your parents must be so proud.
Okay. That's, you know what? That's a very funny, sarcastic comment. You handsome devil. But
I don't
but
know
consider
what
this.
sarcasm is.
You don't?
No,
Oh, so you're saying everything you're saying in complete sincerity.
that is absolutely correct.
Well, I'm not going to say the offensive thing I was about to say about your lack of parents.
That is much
Moving on.
appreciated.
Moving on. Show us this forbidden
My
section.
mentor would
if
be
you
proud.
All right. He crawls off the desk and hops down onto a chair, then down onto the floor, and slowly
What
waddles.
does he look like when he crawls?
He's kind of
Is
this.
it creepy?
It's a fat bat cat wolf, so it's like kind of this mound of clay with really stubby legs, just kind of waddling over to the forbidden section. This is the forbidden section. It will not open until I yell the secret word at it. That secret word, of course, being open. And then you see a circle of runes appear in front of the forbidden section, and then vanish. Right, you're free to look around in there.
Wait, that's it?
Yes.
So-
Trevor immediately starts looking for anything to do with magic
There's
fire.
more to that, but okay.
I get on. Can I use Thavagath as like a stepping stool and get on top of him, like his head or something?
Sure. Trevlon, roll investigation. Momo, roll investigation with advantage because Thavagat's helping you.
Heck yeah! Okay.
Nah.
Trevlon.
Oh.
You were on fire.
Nice!
today.
Oh my god! Double nat 20!
Jesus.
That's some luck.
Heck yeah! Look at me go!
Alright. So, Trevlon, you look around and you see there are a couple books on magic fire, but not in the forbidden section. You get the feeling that's not really a sort of forbidden thing to study how to throw fire. For a double nat 20, Momo, not only do you find what looks like a spellbook on Golemancy with many of the pages ripped out of it, but you also find two more books as I roll on a table. Sorry, hold on. It's stuck again. Great. You find one book that is covered with esoteric runes and symbols in a language you don't speak, but eventually you find one phrase in common on the inside cover called Megothian Hive Dissection and Prayers of the Anunnaki. And the other book you find is a collection of treatises on alchemy that you don't quite understand, but then you look at the drawing of the author, who is a dark-skinned elf with slick back, kind of short, bluish hair and a big old smile on his face. You
Guys, I think I found it.
I take a look, and actually, and whilst I'm looking, I sort of look at the homunculus and go, do you know who's the last person to take out this book?
Which book are you referring to?
The one with all the pages ripped out!
No, we usually don't let people take out books in the forbidden section.
Well, who's the last person to access the forbidden section, then?
Well, I'm assuming besides you people.
Yes.
That would be Professor Newbold. He comes in here every day to make sure everything is secure, and then leaves.
Newbold
Has he-
probably. Well, did Newbold get a bad day recently? Did he have a bad day at work? Has he been grumpy recently? Has he just been looking sour under the eyes?
Nope! He's about as cheerful as I am, which makes sense. He's the man who made me.
Okay, so that sort of rules him out. Does anybody else know how to open this forbidden section?
How would you?
Probably the other faculty.
Have you noticed any pages going missing, or someone who looked suspicious or snooping around the library?
I saw nothing of that description.
So, all right. So the book with the pages missing. Does it have an index?
It's got an index on creating various different types of golems.
Yes.
Stone golems, iron golems, flesh golems, clay golems. Other than that, yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything really usable in there.
The alchemist book.
Say again, Scott?
I said, what about the alchemist's book?
Oh, the Alchemist's book, as you look over it, the more you look at it, because you got a fucking double natural 20, the more the author looks vaguely familiar. You imagine that after a couple hundred years and letting his hair grow out, he'd look something like this.
Ooh.
No freaking way! No freaking way!
I thought it was.
You gotta be kidding me!
Interesting.
Alex, you bastard!
What is his name?
On the cover, it says, Glenquinol's autographed treatises on alchemy.
Glenquinol. You know,
Oh,
I kind
someone
of like
write that
Rat King
down.
more, but if it comes down to it, I'll call him Glenquinol. Maybe he'll be like.
How
Maybe
do you
he'll have
spell
a flash
that?
of inspiration.
Glenquinol, let me actually copy it to the Discord chat.
Okay,
Please do.
because... What a badass name. Sounds like something you'd see on the periodic table.
The book on golems, does it have anything about fire golems?
It does not have anything about fire golems. As you inspect, the homunculus looks at you, looking through the torn out page, and is like, "Oh well, you're probably not going to find anything on that that's not attached to the golem. That being said, no golem can destroy that from what it is made, so that could probably be a shield in a pinch."
Oh, that's brilliant! We need to take this with us!
Yeah. In mechanics terms, this will let you take half damage from the golem's laser blasts, and provide that bonus to anyone within 10 feet of you.
Right.
Excellent.
So we have a bit of defense against this thing, but not a surefire way to get rid of it.
Well, is there anything in that alchemy book about alchemical fire, like Annabelle mentioned?
Or just any form of magic. And if any
Or how to kill a golem?
pyrokinesis.
Anything?
There is nothing specifically about how to kill a golem in Glenquinol's notes. His treatises on alchemical fire are basically his ways of improving the formula so it lasts longer than just a splash, then a quick boom and everything's on fire. It's like to make it longer lasting.
We just look through the shelves and see if there's anything that would assist us regarding this.
Sure, roll investigation.
Yeah.
Alright. Investigation.
You look through the books and you realize, the books Momo got are probably among the more interesting and useful ones you're going to get. You are more than welcome to all try rolling investigation to find others, though.
Before I do that, I ask the homunculus something, if that's okay.
Yeah.
I ask if there are any faculty members who specialize in constructs like golems.
No. Most of us are specialized. Most of them are specialized in, like, nimbleness or the art of fighting or evocation and transmutation magic. Not really the making of golems.
I'm gonna roll investigation as well and see what I can cook up as well.
Sure, Mike.
Wow, even worse.
Should I try again?
Oh my god!
Oh god.
Maybe we should just stop rolling investigation.
Jojo,
We're not
you
getting
stole our
anywhere.
luck.
Jojo, how dare you? You've cursed everyone.
I'm sorry!
I demand an extra roll for each of us.
Phil's disappeared into the void, so I'm gonna roll investigation for him.
Okay.
Watch it be. Oh,
Well,
never mind.
Never mind.
Again, I demand an
Well-
extra roll for each of us.
You can take an extra roll, but the clock will go down an extra tick.
Never mind.
Ah!
Corellian will kind of go back to Annabelle, and I will ask her if she knows how to make alchemical fire yet. She's a student here. She said she specialized in alchemy, right?
Yeah, Annabelle looks up from investigating some of the books herself and is like, "Oh yeah, I learned that in my first year."
Mother.
How? So using Glyn. The pronunciation is difficult. Glinquinol's notes. How would you be able to make some alchemical fire that we could use to, get rid of the issue?
She flips through the notes, nods, and is like, "Well, they won't let us take this out, but I think I've got it memorized by now. You get me the ingredients and give me an hour, and I can whip up some alchemical fire for you."
Perfect. What do you need?
Let's see. We need, as I go to see a table for stuff we might need. I've got most of it in my my room already. What I would need that I don't have is a prism stone and some bits of flint.
Is there any way we can get some, is there like an ingredients room around here?
Well, in the classroom they might have some. Wizard's dorm might have some stored away.
Alright, better question. Is there a way we can get this without, going through the fake fire that I made?
Oh, the classroom isn't past that little wall of fire you made.
Excellent.
It's up, she tries to remember directions. From the main hallway, you just go north.
Alright. Well, I think that would be a good idea for all of us to get there. And besides, if we're dealing with a page golem, it probably wouldn't be wise to stay in a room with a bunch of pages while we're trying to fight it.
Agreed.
I sort of look at the homunculus and go, if a giant page monster comes in here, don't try and greet it or anything like that. Just avoid it, if you can, please.
I mean, I'll see what I can do about that, but I'm a pretty open and friendly individual.
Well, this thing shot me in the chest with a laser, so...
That's
friendliness,
unfortunate.
openness.
Oh god.
Yeah,
Are you
don't...
okay?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. It's just like,
You look like you got better.
Yeah, got better. I'm fine. In any case, I think we should start heading to the classroom now, and
Brilliant.
before things get spooky.
All right.
Yeah. That ominous noise didn't help.
Thank you for your
Thank you for that.
quizzing and your friendly nature, dear homunculus.
You're quite welcome.
Thank you for your cabbage.
I pat his head if he allows me
You
to.
know what?
Oh my god, you were so adorable. I want to pinch your little cheeks. Yeah. Also, the clock has gone down a little bit.
Okay, well, keep in
Run!
mind, we're doing pretty well. We managed to get both a way to defend against this thing and an idea of how we can make some good attacks against it. So, hey ho. We'll keep this up and we should kill this thing.
Hi-ho. It's off to wizard room
Let's
we
get
go.
going. Time is not on our side.
To get the thing.
Alright, back to the main hall and north.
All right.
Eat.
Great.
I don't like the sound of those rolls.
You go back
Don't worry about it.
into the academic wing.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Stop metagaming.
Annabelle follows you out and says, "I'll be back in the storeroom if you need me. It's probably safer for me in there."
You got it.
Good idea.
So north, you said, yeah?
Yep. Just up that way, and she points upwards.
All right, Traveler, let's go.
She took the lamp with her, didn't she?
She took the lamp with her.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
If only you had a cleric of light. Oh well.
Oh, can I use a cantrip?
Why do you keep forgetting your job, Momo?
Because I'm bad at it. I've got bird brain.
All right.
You also
Not that it matters at this point, because it looks like the room is pretty
mushroom.
well lit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the room is lit with crackles of electricity glowing blue and purple, and all the desks look like they've been upturned, run through, and run over like people left here in a hurry.
Considering how fast that they ran from one room to another, Malphine just feels like the spark going through his brain is just like, whoa, where'd that come from?
It's all nothing. Just a little.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Can I quickly look through these notes and see if there are any diaries around here? Anything that would indicate that somebody would,
Can I check the electricity to see, like, I feel like that it shouldn't. Never mind, I'm not gonna metagame.
Okay.
Can I just go investigate it?
All right. So Treblon, you're looking for diaries.
Yeah, anything to indicate past in the last 24 hours.
Roll investigation.
There we
Hey!
go.
Hey, nice.
Big rolls.
Okay.
You've been blessed by me.
Most of the notes that you find on the desks are about the current lesson plan, which looks to be the study of these things called shriekers, which are plants that, when you go past them, let out a deafening cry. And as
excellent.
Momo heads towards the electricity, Momo, you pass several plants that have been upturned and knocked over onto the floor. Then also, Trevlon, in your searches, you found a couple of wooden bowls in the desk, and you have also found 8 gold pieces.
Sick.
Hey!
As Momo gets
Did you roll
closer-
investigation, Malafan?
Not yet, no.
As Momo gets closer to the plants, I yell, "You should probably get back!
What? Why?
Those things will scream real loud if you get close to them. Loud enough to hurt."
Malafane, you open up one of the desks and you find a mummified monkey hand.
Oh!
That's not a good sign.
Yep.
Oh, that's,
How many
Does it have
fingers
all
does
of
it
its
have?
fingers- Yeah.
All of its fingers are extended.
Does the
Wait,
notepad
take that with
on
us,
the,
we might
does the
need it!
notepad say what, like, whether or not, does the notepad on the desk say anything regarding this? Is there any significance?
It looks like the note on your particular desk is of that really edgy kid who drew the 2 S's that connect together and make like lightning edge.
Disgusting. Disgusting.
All right.
I don't like the feel of this place.
As I'm looking around, is there any flint that I can find?
It looks like no, there is no flint. Back to Momo. As you approach the lightning spires. Yeah, that'll get you. You hear a twitching sound of like something wood creaking and then dirt falling to the floor. And then
Does any of us notice this?
Oh, you hear it! You hear it! It is loud! It is really fucking loud!
Get down!
Were there any when I was reading those notes? Was there any way to like deal with them effectively?
Do I have to, like, be still?
You, the way to deal with shriekers, it said, is to not shine bright light on them.
So is Momo glowing currently?
Momo's glowing because Momo casts light.
I tell Momo I tell Momo to get right back. Like
I'm coming, I'm sorry! And all I hear is, like, constant ringing, and all I hear is muffled voices and ringing.
I grab Momo by the shoulders and sort of see if he's like dying, and sort of like like
The feathers are all puffed up and like weird looking, like they've just been through a lot of trouble because of they like clenched their head.
Do they still look hostile, or?
They're unmoving, screaming plants.
What a mood.
And there. Can I try and stealth past them? And so, what was the other
Thanks for the
ingredient you
bits.
needed? Thanks for the bits.
Thank you for the bits. You were looking for a prism.
Right. Is there so? Well, so can I? So, where exactly? So on the map, could you show, like draw where the plants are, just so I know a good idea?
Sure.
Okay. Can I roll
Can I
stealth
try-
and
oh.
investigate the table?
You can roll stealth
Unless you.
to try and get up to the table. Scott, what were you saying?
Never mind. You take one side, I'll take the other.
Yeah. We'll do this together as a couple of friends. All right. I'll roll stealth and shit.
All right. Thank you for the bits, by the way.
Shit.
Thank you!
All right. You have no idea if you are stealthier than the plants.
All right. And now that that's done, investigation roll, I guess.
Okay.
Hey!
I didn't necessarily fuck up.
Hey, combine 10 and 10, you get a 20. Ah!
Malathane, as you look through the desks looking for a prism, you instead find what looks to be a map. At the bottom, it's labeled "Hidden Mine?" ? And then someone else's handwriting, "Dude, this is bogus," and they scribbled all over it. And there's another one of those double S's on it. Yeah. Trevlon, up hereabouts, you open one of the cabinets and you find a really shiny stone in there.
I take it.
Great, you've now got it.
That is a
Is it-
horrible
is it-
idea.
Is it a prism or is it just a stone?
Roll nature.
Nature. I am one with nature. There we go. Fuck. What, did you say it looked like a prism?
You're pretty sure it's a prism.
I sort of wave it around to indicate that.
No. I motion. I want to roll sleight of hand to just motion him. No, do not wave it. No, bad idea.
All right. Do you in fact wave it, Trevlon?
No.
Okay.
Just remembered what that means. I cover the stone up immediately under my coat.
Great.
While I'm here, is there any other? Is the teacher's notebook here?
Yes. On the other side of the lightning with the shriekers.
I'm gonna go for it.
Okay.
I believe in you.
I'm just gonna keep looking through the additional desks that are within my line of sight.
Great.
Do I need to roll anything to try and grab it, or?
All right. As you get up to the lightning, make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
All right. One of the pillars crackles to life and fires a bolt of purple lightning at you, but you dive back just in time to not get hit.
Cool. So, right, shit. Anybody know how to deal with lightning?
I have Storm's Herald. Maybe it make immune to lightning. I have not test theory, but sounds good to me.
Maybe you
That's
don't
probably
need
a bad idea. Don't.
Well, actually, how fragile do these things look?
They are made of metal and stone.
So they aren't gonna be. So they're crackling lightning at each other. So this is there something? So this orb in the middle. What is that?
Roll Arcana.
Trevon Arcana check. Ah.
That orb in the middle looks really shiny. You're not sure what it does magically, but it's pretty shiny.
I'm gonna take a look at it as well, actually.
Oh,
Nice!
There we go.
that is a grounding rod. It's basically keeping the lightning from going everywhere willy-nilly.
And yet it decided to go at me, William.
And it decided to go at you because someone enchanted it to shoot lightning at whoever tried to get past a certain point.
Oh shit.
Is there like a certain what's the word I'm looking for?
Certain kind of spell?
Field, I suppose. Is there a certain field for whatever you want to call it, like where it will shock,
Um,
where it will activate.
if you go past here, it's going to activate. This line I drew with the ruler.
Okay. I sort of looked at Malphite and go, we should probably try and get past this lightning somehow.
If we could.
Question: does the purple lightning just strike on the side that it's on, or on both sides?
Purple lightning is on the side that the purple lightning is on. It's not going past the grounding tower.
Okay, then I suggest you guys go on the blue side.
Well,
Is there a fundamental difference between blue and purple lightning?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I mean, he did say it was enchanted.
Well, I mean, I presume they're both enchanted. Aren't we at a wizarding college?
Yeah.
You're
but
at a wizarding and heroism academy. It's magic as fuck.
Wood is non-conductive, right?
As far as I know from science class.
Yes. Wood is non-conductive.
Thank you.
If, for example, Trevlon gets under a desk and starts to push it around the lightning and uses the wood as an almost sort of shield, would that theoretically work?
You know what? Why not? Give it a try.
All
What
right.
should I roll?
Roll strength to push the desk.
Actually, Trevlon, oh god, I could... See, Phil's giving me control of Thavagath, and I'm debating whether or not I should use this to my advantage.
Eke
Fuck
out
it.
any advantage you can.
You know what? I'm going to do that. I look at Thavagath, and I go, alright, I'm going to ask you to do something really dangerous. Are you comfortable with this?
Of course I am. What do you think?
I am going... Well, so, I'd like you to get under a desk, crawl, and sort of use the desk as a shield to avoid the lightning.
Will you help?
Yes. And Trevlon, firstly, I'm going to cast Bardic Inspiration to make sure that his rolls are decent.
Nice.
So that's one. That's 1d.
Oh, excuse me.
So he's got a Bardic Inspiration die, which is nice. And would I be able to cast Heroism as well, just in case?
Heroism deals temporary hit points and makes you immune to fear, right?
Yes.
I'm not sure how that would help.
Just because it'd be like, it would make sure that if he does get injured, he doesn't get hurt all the way.
Okay,
Extra
yeah,
hit
fair
points.
enough. Yeah, you can totally cast heroism.
I just realized I have no spell slots left. Fuck. I guess Bardic Inspiration will just have to do. So after the Bardic Inspiration, Trevlon sort of says, I'm small enough to get under you, so I'd be able to help push. So, you help me push, we do this.
That is what she said.
Yes, it is.
All right.
This is entirely what she said.
Have Thavagath roll athletics with advantage.
Right, can I control that yet?
Yeah.
Good sheet. Athletics with advantage.
Yes.
Oh, with advantage.
With advantage, so roll again.
Sorry.
Nice.
Okay, that was a
Yay!
Nice.
This pleases the man.
All right. With your help, Thavagath is able to get the desk to a point where you could just kind of crawl behind it and push the desk.
Right.
All right.
Let's move it around the lightning rods.
So as you do, it's going to try and shock you again. Make dexterity save with advantage.
Dexterity save with advantage for Trevlon. And bada bing.
Bada bing.
Nice.
Yeah. You just kind of like duck to the side like it ain't no thing as the lightning hits the desk.
I've never been so proud.
And I'll roll one for Thavagath as well.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Ah.
Thavagath gets hit as some of the lightning curves around the desk and hits him in the fingers as he's grabbing the desk. But he's taking less damage than usual. Yeah, only 2 lightning damage.
Ooh,
Nice.
laggy.
Yeah, he's fine.
So, are we able to get actually behind the big stone thing? The big stone desk?
Yeah. You can go behind
Right.
the big stone desk, yes.
Okay. Now that we're here, I'm going to look through some books. And also see if I can find some flint.
Okay. You look through the books, roll investigation.
Okay, here we go. Fucking. Fuck, that was advantage. Shit. Sorry.
Yeah.
How could you?
I'll just take the 14.
Yeah.
You look around, there is not any flint on the desk, nor is there a prism on the desk, but you do look through the teacher's notes, and they seem to be about the study and biology of shriekers and their use as an alarm system.
Interesting. In theory, we could use these to. In theory, we could use these to alert us of the monster. As I learned this, I sort of poke my head over the desk a little bit and sort of say, "If you've got a bag, put the plants in it. I have a plan."
Yep.
Who are you telling this to? You're the only one within range of the plants, aren't you?
No. The plants are behind, the desk, aren't they? No, in front of the desk, aren't they?
Plants are on the desk.
They're on the desk.
Oh, they're on the desk. Right. Okay, fair enough. I'll just sort of gently scoop some into a nearby bag if I do I have a bag on me?
Probably. What pack do you have? Like explorers versus diplomats? Diplomats. Okay.
I still have that box that it's like a bag of holding if you want to use it.
Ooh,
Oh,
good
yeah,
call. Good call.
Diplomat's pack has a chest.
Oh, yeah, that'll be fine. Right. How many plants are on the table?
3.
I take the 3.
Okay. There are now
So
3 shriekers in a chest.
Right. Is there anything else here that's readable or usable apart from that?
I'd like to check the bookshelf for anything that might assist.
Sure, roll investigation.
Alright.
A lot of it is like boring academia. You get the feeling that you've pretty much covered this room as well as you will.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Okay. Plan. Firstly, we move the desk back around to actually see if we can get back to the rest of the party. If that's possible.
Oh yeah, no check needed. You just do it.
Okay. I make sure after that I come back and sort of brush myself off a little bit frizzled from all the lightning, and I say, "Alright, these shriekers can be real useful. That thing, was it making us any sort of light, right? Or was it making any sort of... Would a shrieker notice it?"
Probably.
I think about this and I say, we don't necessarily know when that thing's coming, right? But if we use these things as an alarm system, we'll be able to hide and make sure that we don't get killed if we ran into it.
Momo, I know you're not gonna like this, but I'm gonna have to ask you to tolerate the Escall for the time being. Otherwise, those things are going to kill us.
What?
Can you hear me now?
What?
Are you
This is how the bird got tinnitus.
Yeah. Not Trevlon shoots a message to Momo, like so, and I say, turn the lights off. The shriekers will use an alarm system. We don't want to set them off whilst we're looking around. You'll have to tolerate a skull.
Okay.
You realize I'm right next to you, right?
What?
The sound blinded me.
Oh no, sound!
My one weakness.
Oh no, sound! It blinds me. I can't see.
Wait, if you can hear me, how many fingers am I holding up?
What?
Okay.
I shake my head and I start slapping the sides of my head, and I just dizzy. Ugh. Did someone say something?
We all did. It's okay though. We're going to go check out the south corridor and see if we can find our ingredients there. Before I forget, I actually take out the prism this time because the things are in the bag. I'm not scared.
All right.
So I take I take the prism out, and I actually make sure that it is the sort of prism that we're looking for. Now that we're like having a little bit of rest.
And I'm
Actually,
made of light.
I show it to Malafane, and ask him if he can make an assessment.
I can try. What would I have to roll for that?
Nature.
Alright.
That's a prism. That is definitely a prism.
Yeah, that's what we're looking for.
Alright, we've got one ingredient. I say we check the south side and see if we can find some flint.
I thought the wizards' dorms were over to the east?
East.
Were they?
Oh, shit.
I can't recall.
Which means...
So, okay, actually, were they to the east, Alex?
Yes, the dorm rooms were to the east.
Okay.
That's the case.
Question. Can we open the window and get into the other hallway from there?
You can certainly try.
I think that's safer than trying to go down that hallway right now, because that thing might be just there.
That's true.
Also, if we go through the windows, we might be able to dodge under it and see it, but not might see us.
I open my journal and I write down, don't destroy any... No, I write, collect the flint.
Okay. We comfortable going through a window?
Yes.
Yeah,
So.
let's try.
Alright.
Alright.
Everyone roll acrobatics.
Here we
Oh
go.
boy.
I'll roll for you, boy. Acrobatic. Huh.
I just taken all your rolls!
I keep fucking putting. I keep putting. I keep advantaging it.
You're
Alright.
all good enough to like climb up to a window, open it up, and then climb outside.
Good.
Right. On we go. Let's head east.
All right.
Sure.
Let me set up the next map so that
Oh my god, I'm outside!
we're outside. Yeet.
Davigan.
This is the first time I've been outside in years!
Hey, Davi, you coming?
Thebaget comes when Thebaget wants to.
Fair enough.
Davigan, I'm here if you want to join me! Lethal Bard!
Thebaget really wants to now.
She just dives through the window.
All right.
Like, with perfect
belly
acrobatic
flop.
precision.
Oh, good.
You eventually find your way back to the dormitory hub.
Okay, right. Okay, so I am going to stealth up. I'm actually okay. Actually, I might as well make a stop with make a stop with and give her the prism so it doesn't get lost. So Trevlon goes a little bit forward, pokes his head in, see if Annabelle is there.
She is indeed in there towards the back corner where your light just barely reaches.
Nice. Before I do anything, I step outside, I take a screamer and my flag and gently pop it
In front of the fire.
No, keep in mind the fire isn't actually a light. It is.
Oh, yeah,
it's-
you're
it's-
right.
It's not producing light. So I put the screamer next to the door.
Okay.
Right. So we've got a little alarm there, and I gesture for people to follow on as I go inside, and I say hello to Annabelle.
Well, howdy. Did you get the stuff?
We managed to find a prism, but we did not actually manage to find a what do you call it?
Flint.
Any flint?
So we're going.
Davigan, come in here!
Not yet, anyways.
Well, it should be
We're
easy
gonna
enough to
hold-
find in the wizard storm.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
That's our next stop.
Right.
Yeah.
That'll be just
yeah.
go down to the crossroads and follow the blue carpet.
Blue carpet. Got it.
Got it.
Thank you very much, Annabelle.
Of course, anything to help.
Remember, okay, actually, before I forget, who has the book?
I do.
Which, yeah.
You know what? I think that's a wise idea. You keep that. You're a good way. You heal us well, so I think if you stay alive, that would be beneficial for basically everyone. If you see the monster, hold the book out and keep it. Use it as your shield, basically.
Do I scream?
If you want to.
I will scream.
Good. That's a great plan.
Before I forget, I walk over to Annabelle and I say, you mentioned that you were a wizard, right?
That indeed I am, specializing in transmutation.
I take out the water-soaked book and I hand it to her and I say, "Would you know anything about this? Anything that's inside this?"
She gives it a look over. Looks like a spellbook, pretty ancient. Is it personal to you?
Long story, but I found it on a journey of ours. I was just wondering what it contained.
A couple of spells. Nothing too big. I recognize dark vision in here. You mind leaving it with me? I'd love to copy some of these down.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Much obliged.
All right then. Shall we get going?
All right.
Let's roll.
On we go. Excelsior!
Excelsior!
Right.
Excelsior!
Okay.
Excellent.
Come
You
along,
did
Gavigan.
good.
Never got this having very slow day.
It's okay, we all have our slow days.
I'm
He gets back on
managing
his
two
shoulder.
characters, okay? Shit. Shit. Alright. Okay,
Oh, come on. Why do I always have to be gone when you guys are with the booby lady?
I know it's unfortunate, but you are useful when it comes to looking around corners. Would you be able to give it a little peek, see if there's anything out there, real quick? Let's go.
I'll see what I can do. Perception?
Roll perception, yes. You look for a paper trail, and it looks like the trail hung around here for a little bit, and then headed west.
Well,
I feel fucking genius for going through that fucking window. God.
You
okay.
should, I'm so proud.
Alright,
God.
quick, blue carpet. Let's go to the dorms.
Onwards! Wrong way.
All right.
This way.
You head down
Yeet!
towards the mage's dorms as I move the map over.
Ooh.
Yeet.
Oh god.
Whoa, this place has been ransacked.
How do you know? You haven't opened the door.
No metagaming.
No, metagaming.
You'll be punished.
I see the door and ask, who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Oh, sure, go ahead.
Alright.
I would go, but everything looks a little bit blurry on my end. We'll turn out the lights. Oh, wait, that's me.
How strong is the door? Like, is it heavy or do I just push it open?
It's a pretty heavy door, but it's not locked.
Okay.
You push open the door as it opens with a... And you see several patches of fungus and mushrooms and pollen that have just grown over and fallen over desks and beds and basically several spots in the wizard's dorm. You don't see a single
pollen?
person around. Yeah, pollen.
Well, beauty, after you.
Trevlon sort of sees this and sort of sighs. And does he have a handkerchief?
Probably.
Bless you.
I take my handkerchief out and wrap it around my face because Trevlon's got that nasty hay fever.
Oh, same.
Students are always filthy.
Oh yeah, and journalists.
I just put my feather hand over my face.
Right. So
Aren't you coming?
we see the the plants.
Oh, it's in
Can I-
my eyes.
Can I roll investigation to determine whether or not they are deadly as fuck?
That would be a nature
Or
check.
do I roll? Can I roll nature?
Yes.
Ha!
Nice.
Hey!
Yeah, baby.
These plants don't appear to be deadly, just heavily invasive, considering they are forcibly growing on stone on the floor.
What do I have to roll to see these pentagrams on the side?
The pentagrams are just kind of floating there, kind of like, you imagine it's a basic enchantment letting everyone know, Wizard's Dawn, fools! If you want to know more, you could roll Arcana.
Nice. That's probably like some sort of protection. Well, I
mean,
guess my luck has been taken away.
You could certainly guess what they are, you're not really sure.
As we do this, Trevlon immediately sort of goes, oh, wait a minute, steps outside the door, and plants, or not literally plants, places a screamer, like, in the middle of the carpet, like, here.
Okay.
Good call.
And he comes back
Very
in.
smart.
Gotta make
Okay,
those
let me make a little mark.
So
like,
why
right...
do you suppose these are here?
So, like, right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Uh-oh. The clock's back.
Just reminding you.
I'm
The
full
clock
of
never
fear.
left.
The clock never dies. Right.
So,
Well, I'm ready to dig through people's shit.
Me too.
Presumably
Sorry, what
somebody
now?
must... Yeah.
Oh, I said, why do you suppose these are here?
I'm thinking
Yeah.
that there may have been a student here learning about herbology and tried a spell that didn't go as planned.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Oh god.
Certainly spread like, well, a fungus.
Well, if any mushrooms start growing on you, leave.
If any mushrooms start growing on me, I am going to pee.
If any mushrooms start growing on me, I'll cook up a soup. Right.
See, you have the right idea.
Right. Can I roll investigation to look for Flint?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah, I'll take the right side, left side.
Okay.
Hooah!
Trevlon, you take a look around the room, searching for Flint, and as you get towards the middle, you kind of hear this resonating hum that seems to be echoing against the mushrooms. Like, it's sort of ongoing and invasive, but you don't think it's dangerous. It's just sort of there in the background the whole time. Malifane, you look through some of the desks, and you find several shards of black stone, and then you catch a glimpse of something shiny in the fireplace.
Hello. What have we here?
Alright. Upon closer inspection, you look into the fireplace, and there seems to be a set of pipes in there.
I'm sorry, you cut out for a second.
You look
Pipes.
You look into the fireplace, and you see some pipes in there.
What would that be doing in here?
I'm also
Hey,
gonna roll investigation.
Alright. Let me see what you find. It fell off the desk.
Damn it.
Excellent.
You,
Oh, I forget I take one of the black shards with me.
Great. You look through some of the desks, Momo, and in there, as I scroll up to the right table, in there you find a small wood-carved, what looks to be a mystic symbol.
Oh. Oh god, this poem's gonna be the death of me.
Save yourself for the spellbook golem.
Yeah, that's a way more worthy foe to die against, I think.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Maybe we should come closer to the fire?
I'm gonna...
Might help. I take the, what did you say was in there?
Mystic symbol.
Alright, can I take it?
Yes.
I take it.
Great. Add that to your inventory.
Okay.
I look to Trevlon and I point to the pipes. It's like, you see that, right?
Do I see that?
Since he's pointed it out, yes, you do.
Is it logical to assume that this fireplace might be gas fueled, or are we not at that point? Like, is it not that advanced yet?
It's not quite that advanced. It's a wood fire.
Interesting. Trevlon, sort of... Can I put out the fire?
With what?
That's a very good point. Can I...
Don't
Is
you
there a
have, like,
poker?
Blow on it.
Actually, wait a minute.
don't you have metal weaponry? That has
That's what I was about to say. I'll use my raker to sort of spread it out and make it die. And as I do this, I say, you might want to write what's in this down before we do this. No idea what Escal will do as soon as this happens.
All right, so just kind of wildly waving your rapier around in the fireplace, trying to get the fire out.
Well, poking actually at the actual logs and sort of pushing.
Or maybe you just
them
try
away from
and
each
leverage the pipes out with your rapier.
I feel like I would be better doing that with hands. I think if I stuck my rapier in there,
they're
I'd just
hot.
stab the pipe.
Wait a minute.
That's also true.
Can I roll to see if these mushrooms will like put out the fire in some way? Like, are they filled with some kind of fluid?
Sure, roll nature check.
Okay. Where are you?
You're fairly sure they're not filled with fluid. You could certainly try using them to put out fire.
Maybe we should try throwing a bunch of mushrooms to like extinguish any prevent any oxygen from getting to it.
I can't help but feel that will rekindle the fire, but what do you guys think?
Let's just throw one in there to see what happens.
Is there any water around here?
Doesn't look like.
Crowley's just gonna step back.
Yeah, maybe someone should throw it from a distance.
Yeah, I'm gonna step back as well.
Yeah, I'll be the one to throw it. So do I have to roll anything to see how hard I throw it, or do I just like toss it?
Strength check.
Oh.
That's enough. You pluck one of the mushrooms from the patches and hurl it into the fire. It's staying in there. It's not catching on fire, but it's just kind of like staying right there.
Magical mushrooms. Interesting.
Huh. So maybe if we put enough in there, maybe it'll make the fire die from lack of oxygen.
Maybe. But I'm thinking there might be an even easier way to do this if we just find the right thing.
I mean,
so, I'm just thinking, like this alchemical set here. Is there water on that?
There's liquid in there.
I take it and look and see if it's flammable.
Roll intelligence.
Come on, brain, don't fail me now. It didn't necessarily fail me now.
It says inflammable on the label.
Wait, but which meaning of inflammable? You bastard. You fucking bastard.
How could you? I guess we'll have to try.
Thank you for being stupid for one.
Is there a small cup around here, like a small?
Yeah, there's a cup.
Wait a minute.
There's only one definition for inflammable. It literally just means easily set on fire.
No, there are two versions. There are two definitions for inflammable, and they mean opposite things because the meaning got flipped. So we don't know. Inflammable could mean it catches on fire or it doesn't. It's a lovely quirk of the English language or common language.
It's really good. Trevlon takes a cup of takes a small sprinkling of the liquid from the larger container, gets slightly close to the fire, like far enough away to actually toss it in, and
just gonna take another step back.
All right.
Yeah.
You hurl the potion at the fire in the tiny cup, right? Also,
yes.
Thank you for the Bits Insanity potion. Let's draw some cards.
Yay! That's my dude.
Whose turn is it?
Oh God.
Any volunteers?
I'm frightened.
I'll go,
okay.
I guess.
How about rock paper scissors for it?
Wait a minute. Let's ask Insanity Potion. Who do you want to pull?
Who do you want to draw a card? Insanity Potion.
Right.
That's a very good question.
That'll start the line, I suppose.
Atwood has been lonely.
Heck. Alright.
Well,
Pull the card, my dude.
Yeah.
I pulled it.
All right.
oh,
You got the courtesan.
Ooh.
Your next short rest will give you no benefit. You ain't gonna be resting tonight, baby.
well,
Ooh.
that's not harmful to our current situation.
That
It's
really
harmful
depends on
to
the
my
future.
morale.
All right.
Depends on what happens.
No, it's harmful to my morale. Trust me.
I see. Alright, I'm sorry. So, what happens with the liquid when he throws it into the fire? Because
Alright.
we were interrupted by bits.
As you throw the liquid into the fire, it kind of bursts into this light blue gas, and then sinks to the floor. And the gas disappears, and the fire goes out.
Huh.
Okay.
Well, that's useful. Trevlon decides, happy with his handiwork, steps forward and has a closer look at the pipe.
All right. It is a series of black panpipes with some skulls carved on the middle one.
Holy shit.
I like them.
May I take a look at those?
I mean, you could go ahead.
Do you know what they are?
That's a very good question.
Try.
Investigate, my son.
All right. Roll an Arcana check.
Nope.
These are pipes.
Well, while Malaphane's looking, I'm also going to look, so...
Me too.
These
Well, kill me.
are pipes.
Is there anything in the pipes?
They're pan pipes. There's nothing shoved up them.
Well, you're a bard, Trevlon. Aren't you good at instruments?
It's a fair idea. I take the pan pipes,
Stand back, everyone.
and I stand up, and I walk to a corner of the room. And I take a deep breath, slightly worried about the skull, and I try and make a song with it.
All right. You blow in, and as you do, you hear a wailing sound come from within.
I immediately take the
Yeah.
you know when you are holding something out really far away as far as you can, and you're absolutely horrified. Trevlon's doing that.
Yes.
Guess what?
What?
I need everyone but Trevlon to make a wisdom saving throw.
What
I'm
the fuck?
frightened.
Wonderful.
Wisdom
Oh,
saving
God.
throw. Oh god.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, good for you, man.
Corellian and
Finally.
Malafane, you stand fast against the sound. Momo, you are frightened of Trevlon.
I
And you run away.
to the opposite side. Yeah, I run out of the room.
No.
Not out of the room, just to the corner.
What is
I
wrong, boy?
think I'll
Why are
just
you scared?
Take those off your hands.
Trevlon
It's hyperventilating.
Trevlon sort of shakes his head and sort of keeps a hold of it and goes, I don't think this is something necessarily evil. I just think it's very unique. I think as long as we don't use this often, we might be able to use this in a context that's not, just scaring the shit out of the bird. Wait a minute, I've scared the shit out of the bird. Oh
Yeah.
no.
Oh no.
Oh god, what have I done?
Okay.
I'm
Momo
not
runs into
right now.
Thabagath's big, meaty, comforting arms.
It's okay, small boy. I have you.
It's crying a little bit.
Right.
Right.
Upon playing this, have I seen anything like this before?
Now that you've played it, you kind of instinctively know that these are the pipes of haunting. Whenever you use an action to play the pipes of haunting, if they still have a magic charge, they create an eerie, spellbinding, wailing tune that makes every creature within 30 feet of you, except ones you choose, have to make a saving throw or be frightened of you.
Interesting. So I can basically use this as a fear weapon.
Yes.
Actually, out of the character, there's a real thing that's like that. It's called an Aztec death whistle.
Oh, I've heard of that shit. It's fucking scary.
Yeah, I've heard one before, and it sounds like a literal human scream. It's actually terrifying, but it's badass.
It's not fun.
It's not fun. It's great,
So,
but
when you... Oh, yeah, keep going.
it's spooky. Look it up.
Yeah.
Educate yourself.
Yeah,
Anyway, back into
knowledge.
Anyway, go on. I'm sorry.
So, Alex, does that mean... So, can I choose a set number of people, or is it like everyone I just think?
Yeah, everyone in that area except people you choose. So, like in the future, you say, I'm going to play it, and everyone but my allies will be affected.
Yeah, I'm keeping that. That's fucking cool.
Heck yeah.
So, this is a... Would I put this in spells, or...
Let me actually drag it into your inventory.
You beast.
I am a beast. Ah!
Me scream because I am full of beastly energy.
Oof, ow, my bones.
There you go, Pipes of Haunting.
Right.
Malifane just goes back to the bookshelves and see if he can find anything here.
Roll investigation. It looks like someone has smuggled some books out of the library, because you see one that has a bookmark reading, "Do not remove from library." And as you look through it, you see the title reads, "A Treatise on the Uses of Hemimortis Thalix" by Gruvon Whitehand.
I'd like to take a look inside the book.
Alright.
To see its contents.
Even though it is written in common, this is the most obtuse scientific shit you have ever read. Roll medicine to see if you can make sense of it.
Oh boy. Okay.
Nope, you are completely clueless.
Well, one thing's for sure, this needs to be taken back to its owner. I put it in my inventory for later use.
Alright.
As all of this is happening, Trevlon slowly but surely tries to sort of walk to Momo and sort of say, "I'm sorry, I didn't know that was going to happen."
Momo, roll another wisdom save.
Okay. I rolled wisdom, not wisdom save. Sorry.
Okay. I'm going to take wisdom because you would have gotten a bonus before, so I'll say you're no longer frightened.
I really didn't mean to scare you there. The pipes, these things are, well, they're not exactly used to make people sing and dance. I mean, I suppose they might make somebody sing and dance, depending on how they react when they are absolutely afraid of death, but apart from that, yeah.
Just don't do it again, please.
I'll make sure that it doesn't... I'll make sure that I keep this... I'll only use it when we absolutely have to.
Okay.
Oh, before we forget, I found these, and I take out the black shards and I show them to the party.
Oh,
that
yes,
looks
that is definitely Flint.
That looks like Flint to me. Right then. Now that we've got our ingredients, we have a way to fight this gigantic, scary thing.
All right.
So we should return these. We should bring these over to.
We should definitely bring it. Annabelle, is it? Annabelle.
Yes, it's Annabelle.
Let's do it.
All right. As you head out the door, you hear from somewhere down the hall.
Oh my god, no!
Well, if it's down the hall, it's right in front of the storeroom.
I don't want to go out there.
I pick up the screamer that's on the ground currently.
That is not the one that's screaming.
Well, I know
what?
that. I know that, but I'm gonna like just keep it in case I need to make another alarm.
All right, you pick the screamer back up as the screamer down the hall in the dormitory hub keeps screaming.
It's coming back from the other way. We need to... Oh, shit. It went west last time, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That means that... Trevor immediately puts the screamer back down and motions for everyone to get the fuck back and hide.
Oh no!
Oh, come on. What's the fun? It's fun without a little challenge. Let me at him.
you will get a hole in your chest the size of a country, and you will die. So let's not do
grab
that.
Malifane by the back of his collar and I just drag him. I need to roll strength.
Hey.
All right, Malifane,
Like,
do you
how
want to
hard
get
do I
dragged?
pull him?
I
want to drag him.
Escald does not particularly want to be dragged.
Okay.
Too bad I'm not letting you die.
Roll a contesting strength check, Escal.
I know this is not going to end well. Why am I speaking still in that voice?
Momo, you drag him and basically slam him back against the door.
Ow, 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 ow.
We need to fight now!
Oh, God. All right. Presumably we roll stealth, right?
You'll have to,
Yeah.
you'll have to
If you want to hide, sure.
hide.
We roll what now?
Stealth.
Stealth.
Oh, man.
Oh god.
Yes!
All right.
I climb behind the bookshelf.
You're fairly sure you're all pretty well hidden. The shrieker eventually stops screaming from down the hall. And then, oh boy, you hear the sound of paper wings flapping.
I hunker down and get ready to hide real hard.
All right.
Oh god, more education.
And the sounds stop as something approaches the door.
Oh god, kill me.
Before this happens, can I shoot a message to Momo real quick? Well, not speak.
Yeah, you can shoot a message. Message is silent.
Right, I point at Momo and I message, keep the book up.
Oh, he has a sudden realization and grabs the book from his bag and holds it up.
There are some people in the chat who are like, oh my god, what is that thing? Let me show you its picture.
Spooky as fuck.
I love him.
Yeah.
And that guy's got a sick mustache. And by that I mean
Yeah.
he doesn't have a mustache.
His eye is his mustache and his face.
See it.
It's all actually hair.
Mouth
That's always
see it.
just a giant mustache.
A swarm of paper, pushes in through the open door and looks around the room. As I find my D20. Hey, thank you for the bits!
Thank you for the bits.
Thank you.
Bits, the bits,
Please tell me that's not enough to draw another card.
That's not enough to draw another card.
Thank Christ.
Fuck.
As it turns directly towards you all.
Oh, come the fuck on.
It rolled a natural 20.
No! You gotta be kidding me! I rolled a natural 20. This is not fair.
I mean, it doesn't see you, Momo, it sees everyone else.
Oh, fuck my life. Can I throw the book down to one of y'all?
Sure. Who are you throwing
All
it to?
Corellian.
Alright.
Where's the light source of the rooms coming from? Because I know there was a fireplace. Is that all that there was, or?
There was just a fireplace.
Oh, so it has night vision?
It has blind sight.
Oh,
Or
excellent.
true sight, or whatever it's called.
It has something.
It thinks with portals.
That thing where it just sees all.
Ah. Excellent, hey. That's exactly what I needed.
Well,
So, Corellian, do you catch it?
I do, definitely.
Good, hold it up.
I will hold up the book as a shield, and I will definitely be looking to get the fuck out as quickly as possible. In the meantime, I have no intention of fighting this thing.
All right.
Can we
Excellent.
try and jump out the window again?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Roll acrobatics.
Let's do it. Acrobats, boys. Let's get it done.
It's out all of us because I'll go with you.
Yeah, all
Well,
of
I
you
guess
roll
I'm stuck
acrobatics.
behind the bookshelf.
Uh,
We all get out?
all you have to roll acrobatics. Momo,
Good job.
roll with advantage because you were hiding, I would say.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. All of you dive out through the window as
We yeet through the window.
as the book golem starts charging up a laser, and it is aiming it at. That's not a result I wanted. That is a roll again result. It's aiming it at you, Corellian.
Wonderful.
Good
At
book.
least you're the one holding.
Yeet out the window! Yeet!
What do the kids call this again?
Yeet.
Ah,
All right,
yes.
Corellian.
Cheesing it.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
Sure.
Oh, I also.
All right. As a laser blast sails right for you, you hold up the book, and it slams into the book, and you hear this glowing emanate from the book. As the laser disappears, and you are unharmed.
Nice!
Now-
get out here!
You
Don't
dive
just
the
stand
fuck out
there.
the window.
Get the fuck out here!
Let's eat
Now
right out.
run!
Get out now.
All right.
Run.
You all bolt back to the dormitory hub.
Oh, worm.
Ignore
Yes, thrill.
ignore the book golem there. That was before he moved over to the mage dorm.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I yell, yeah, it's lucky. Let's run. Let's keep going. We need to make sure that we.
To the supply room.
Yeah.
To the supply room!
I rush in.
All right.
I just, like, dive right next to her.
All right. You all come in running and panting and sweating, and Momo collapses next to Annabelle and is like, "You ran into trouble?"
Yeah.
The only trouble there is to run into right now.
You, Trevlon,
Well,
the
fair
fuck
enough.
was that thing?
Fair enough. I mean, ask a stupid question.
Oh, that was that thing. Whew, that thing has shot me in the chest, as I told you.
That was the golem?
Yeah. You act surprised. I mean, you should probably. Well, I'll tell you this much: you might want to keep an eye on your buddy's book, if you know what I'm saying. It's got some good tips, such as that.
Yeah.
Savagath, get on the door! Hold it!
Thavagat is not sure how much holding door will do against laser, but Thavagat is mighty, so he will do.
Remember,
you.
we've got the screen plant, so we'll know and we'll be able to hide.
Oh, did you put it out there?
Yeah, it's still out there. No, I didn't move it.
Good, okay, good.
Also, while we're here, can Trevlon look for another exit just in case?
In the storeroom, there is only the one entrance and exit.
Oh,
Okay.
phenomenal.
Hand over the flint, hand over the prism.
But wait a minute, what's that?
That is a crate.
Oh. It looks like a trapdoor for me.
Nah, it's great.
That's a neat little crate.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Anywho.
You hand the stuff over to Annabelle, and she's like, "Wonderful! I can brew a couple of vials of alchemical fire for you in a jiffy. You just need to give me an hour."
An hour?
Yeah,
It's a lot
I
of
said
hype.
that back at the library. Don't you remember? Or?
You did.
Don't worry about it.
And what are the spellbook?
Spellbook, like I said, nothing really special in terms of spellbooks. Had some interesting stuff in there, like dark vision, like I mentioned, very helpful for someone like me who, can't see in the dark.
Question. This is unrelated to the alchemical fire. Do you know anybody who used to own this? And Trevlon takes out the pipe.
She looks over it for a solid minute or so and is like, "Oh, must have been smuggled in by the other mages. They're fond of getting their hands on artifacts and stuff. Usually they're not magical, though."
Well, this thing certainly is.
Wow. Well, that's really lucky for him.
I know. I wonder who tried to burn it, though. Somebody clearly had a play of it and got really spooked. In any case, right. I guess while we're waiting for the... Should we take a short rest? Or a long rest, even?
Looks
Oh, is everyone okay with that?
Yes, let me drag in the clock.
How long
Oh,
will
yeah.
waiting? How long will waiting for an hour do?
Depends on a roll of the dice. If it lands on a certain number, it will take some time off.
Okay.
Oh.
I think we should take a long rest, just not only because we've got really nothing to do while we wait for the chemical fire to burn, but also because, you know, we're a bit sick. I've got a hole through me that's still kind of sizzling. You know,
Do you want me to heal you?
if we take a long rest, you won't need to.
Would we be able to take
I
a
know
long
it's a long
rest
shot, but
Yeah,
I
actually,
don't
that's a-
suppose-
as opposed to a short rest?
Are you asking the GM?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So if you take a short rest, it's a roll of the dice to see if the clock goes down. A long rest, a roll of the dice to see how much the clock
How
goes
much
down.
Honestly,
Right.
I'd say use your hit die, take a short rest, and Momo, don't bother burning any spells yet, probably.
Well, I've
Alright.
wasted all my spells, so I guess I'll just stick with Bardic Inspiration as much as I can. Alright. Come on, hit dice. Give me a delicious go. Aye.
All right. You take some time to rest and recuperate from getting a fucking laser shot at your chest, and you heal up 4 hit points. Anyone else doing anything during the short rest?
don't
Can I
suppose that
prepare
they're-
some spells?
That's during a long rest. If you
Okay, never mind.
if you don't have any spells prepared already, you can prepare spells during short rest.
Well, that
Okay.
said, I don't suppose that Annabelle had any notes transcribed that I could try and study now.
Annabelle's notes were copying them to her own spellbook. Mechanical terms, that spellbook is useless to you unless you are a wizard.
Fact.
Are you making
I
fun
wanna-
of my accent?
I
Choose your
wanna-
next words carefully.
I want to prepare one spell. I want to prepare a sanctuary, and that's about it.
I guess I'll
Whoops,
just
sorry.
mess around with the calligrapher's tools then.
Great.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Trevor needs to Trevor's been so busy looking at all this stuff and journaling about it, he's not actually had the time to write any of this down, so he's gonna do that. This is a great story.
Great. The both of you spend the short rest writing stuff down as Momo focuses on a spell that will protect people against attack. I will give you back that spell slot. I think it automatically counted that down.
Ah, crap.
Actually, here's a question.
Thank
If I
you.
use a hit die, even though I have full health, would that grant me temporary hit points?
It would not.
Okay, just curious.
Good try.
Yeah, it was worth a shot.
Yeah.
All right. Anyone else, or is that good?
I think I'm good.
Yeah, I
I
can't
think
see
I'm good
anything
too.
that I can prepare other than what I've got, so...
Okay. So at the end of an hour, Annabelle looks up from the little chemistry set she was dealing with and says, "Got it. All finished up here."
Oh,
How many batches of it did you manage to make?
As I roll the dice, find out. 7 vials.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Really well done.
Of course. If you wanted lesser work, you shouldn't have come to me. And she just kind of holds up her hat and tips it a little.
Only the best from you, I see. Thank you.
Well, naturally.
Okay. Out of character question. Alex, remind me what ability is best for throwing things.
That would be dexterity.
Alright. Who's the most dexterous out of all of us, I guess?
I'd say I am.
Probably Mal.
Probably Mal.
I would like a file or two.
I want to
Yeah.
try one. Yeah.
Take one or two of them.
Yeah, I mean, we have enough that everyone could get one reasonably.
That's actually a much better
get
idea.
more.
If we all have one shot, we can all just toss one
Yeah.
each time. Yeah, okay, that makes much more
Or
sense.
if everyone has at least one.
Everyone has at least one, and then two of us can get one other.
Okay, and who's gonna take the book?
I'll take the book.
Yeah, I'd say Momo
Good call,
probably
yeah.
needs the most protection.
Yeah.
Hey.
As long as you keep us healed, we'll be good as gold.
You're important, Momo.
Yes.
Aw.
We can't
Extremely
have your
important.
feathers getting singed.
Yes.
Well, I
Okay.
appreciate that.
So, did you say so? Okay, how many are we getting each? So, right. Let's calculate this like true.
So
math.
everyone gets one, and then two people get two.
Okay.
Where should we put this on our sheet?
Items, alchemical fire.
Items. Oh, fuck music.
Mechanical fire.
I'll just say that I have two of them.
Does anyone else want a second one other than Malafane?
I have 3 dexterity. How much do you have, Caroline?
I do not have any. I'm not particularly dexterous, however, I do get a bit of an advantage when fighting directly alongside my friends and teammates.
Okay, I'd say that you should take it because my skill for athletics. Well, no, not acrobatics.
Well, it would be just dexterity, right?
Yeah, you're right.
You
So I'd
take
be-
it just in case. I can.
Right.
I'll be fine. Don't worry about me.
Okay, trust you. Right, so Trev and Malafane have 2, Momo and Caroline have 1 each.
And that again.
Yeah, and Thavagath. Thavagath has 1.
All right.
Davagath.
Do you still have the screaming plant right outside the door?
I do indeed.
Alright, just wondering.
Maybe we should wait for it to pass and take it by surprise. As soon as it screams, we take it by surprise and get the first blow.
There's no guarantee that it'll come by this way again. As far as I know, at least, it didn't seem to. I have no way of reading its intentions, per se.
Right. Well, if it's just patrolling these halls, then there's a good chance it will come back this way. Unless you all want to try and actually take it just on the nose.
Or if someone wants to go out and attempt to lure it back.
Oh, that sounds like a fun idea.
That's why I said it with so much trepidation. Fun is definitely not the term I would have used, but sure.
I'll go.
Are you sure?
I have the book cover, and I have a bit of chemical fire.
Fastest.
I mean, I'm pretty fast.
Yes, fast is one thing, but keep in mind, we need you to make sure that you get here in one piece.
And I'm pretty sure that in a flat-out run, all of us could beat you in a foot race.
Hey!
No offense.
I mean, if I didn't have my armor on, I could probably fly away.
Maybe keep your armor on, though, just for, protection.
I'm the quickest out of all of us, and I still have the.
I forgot I could use Song of Rest to heal people.
Oh yeah, you can use Song of Rest. Go ahead and do that.
So, beginning at 2nd level, soothing music or oration. So I guess that's performance. So I guess I'll retell one of my many tales. Right. So extra 1d6 hit points. So if this succeeds, then do I have to roll a performance?
You
check
don't
make
have
sure
to
it actually
roll
works?
anything. It just happens.
All right. So if you guys have any help that needs healing, then it's healed basically.
Just you.
I think just you.
Well, 1d6 it is.
Nice. All right.
I'm back. I'm back, baby.
You feel incredibly restful with your bardic powers giving you the ability to.
That's incorrect.
That is not correct. Ask the doctor if you have a health bar that goes longer than 4 hours.
It's drinking, don't worry. It's cold.
Alright.
I'm sorry, that's never happened before.
Alright. Okay. Travelon sort of looks at Momo and goes, look, I don't want you really getting hurt. This might just be my fatherly instinct that I never knew existed, but I've dealt with this thing before. I've been shot. I know how it goes. I'd be willing to drag it back.
Yeah, but you've already been shot by it. I don't.
Yeah, that just makes me less afraid of it. I mean, I know how it works. I know how scary it is. And, I mean, this isn't actually putting anything in my favor, but I do think that, you know what? I just have a bone to pick with this thing. I want to get up close and annoy it.
Yeah,
I'll go
We'll
with
go
you.
with you. Oh, well.
Would it be really you going with, all things considered, Mel?
He can weave his way in and out of things. He can probably move faster than any of us.
Alright. We'll see if we can find it, and if both of us can manage to get a sneak shot at it before we get its attention, we can actually probably lob something at it before we, get back, which would be useful. We're both pretty sneaky fellas, aren't we?
I'd say so.
Alright then. Me and Mal will try and find this thing. If we can get a sneaky shot on it, we'll do so.
Well,
If
if
not,
I can't go, then take this, and I give him the book cover.
you
Please.
should probably. I would feel comfortable if you held that, Mal.
But what?
No, I couldn't.
Would you both stop being martyrs and just figure it out before
I'll
we
just
all
take the
get-
book up. I'm just gonna take the book and not even worry about it. Trevon just takes the book and mumbles very, mumbly.
Good.
Right. Okay. So, on 3, we go through these doors and start sneaking around. Ready, Mal?
I'm ready. Well, we're ready.
Yeah. I like that spirit. And on that, Trevlon, roll. Can I roll stealth to poke my head out and check
Yeah.
if it's there?
Oh, yeah.
Ah, baby.
Nice.
You are out there so stealthily, it's like you didn't even open the door at all.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
You don't see it out there.
Right. I wordlessly indicate for Malafine to move up.
Well, where are we going? What are we
We are
doing?
going to have a little. We're going to see if we can get the jump on that big thing with these chemical fire. Oh, by the way, you have a chemical fire now.
Ooh, sweet.
So when we find it, if we find it first, we toss this at it, and then we run back here.
And then
Everybody
just kill
will
the
wait.
shit out of it, yes?
That's the idea.
I like it. Let's
Yes.
go.
Good luck, you guys.
Thank you, Bird Brain.
Trevlon tips his hat and gets moving.
Good brain.
Yeah, I'd like to stand guard outside the door, so I guess we have more of an idea. We can nip back in if I see it.
Alright. Thavagat is still standing behind the door, ready to hold it shut if you need to run back in.
Go figure. I'm not surprised. It's like Phil never left.
Almost.
Ouch.
It's okay. We can pray for Phil.
Hashtag pray for Phil.
Hashtag pray for Phil.
Oh, right. I almost forgot you had the courtesan card, Carillion. So, on your rest, you tried to, get some shut-eye and relaxation. But then out of the corner of your eye, Carillion, you catch the glimpse of this young woman. And you turn, and a young elf maiden is there. And as you look, she turns to look at you and says, "Did you miss me, baby?" But before you can say anything back, you snap to and that hour is over. That was what happened during the short rest with the courtesan.
I don't know how to feel about that.
Neither do I.
I missed you so much.
Well,
Plot.
Ooh.
Character development. Oh shit!
Romantic tension. I approve.
Zoe. Just call me Casanova because I'm into
Joey,
that.
Sally.
apologize for Yowie Zowie.
Please don't.
I don't.
Apologize for art.
I cannot apologize for art. Alright, okay.
Alright. Trevlon and Esgal, you are now at the crossroads leading to the dorm rooms.
Where do we see the pages, if there have been a trail?
Yeah.
Roll perception.
Perception.
Come on, eyes. Work. Perception.
Alright. They're heading north. Upward.
This way.
Let's do it.
Alright. As you head up that way, Malthane, please move back, or Esgal, please move back, either one of you. As you move up that way, you hear paper wings flapping as you run right into the paper golem as it's turned the corner.
No!
Hello there.
Run! Trevor immediately doubles back. Let's just slowly but surely just make our way backwards. Do we have to roll anything to sprint away?
Its eye glows, and you hear a sound as it charges up a laser. Esgal.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Could you say that again?
Yeah, sure, Esgal, roll a dexterity check to see if you can hear it.
Oh no.
That's not what dexterity does.
Dexterity save, rather.
My ears feel limber today.
Alright. So, you turn to listen and hear, wait, what's happening? And, you are the one holding the book, right, Trevlon?
Yes.
Alright. The book glows as the laser sails past you and slams directly into Esgal's face. Esgal, you take 5 force damage because you have been protected by the book.
Yes, that's what I thought you said.
I make sure that Esgal is not dead. Are you alive?
Live as I'll ever be.
Great, let's move before you're not. And Trevlon immediately books it down the corridor.
Alright.
Whoosh!
Right. So, as we're going down, I sort of motion to Corellian to say, like, get fucking ready! Ah! All that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I will ready my alchemical fire and get ready to duck back into the door.
Okay.
Yeah. Right, so, do we just ready an action, like, and get ready to throw it as soon as it comes around? Do we need to, like, do anything?
Readying counts as an action, so, like, that is giving a current action that turn to say, I will wait until the paper golem comes within range to throw alchemical fire at it.
Yeah.
I just had an idea.
And I'll move up a bit so that I'm next to these lot.
Alright.
Escal just looks toward the alchemical fire that's in his hand, then looks toward his weapons, and looks back towards the alchemical fire, and just sort of has this shit-eating grin on his face. And just readies his bow.
Okay.
Oh, I see what you're thinking.
Ready the bow to do what?
He's going to dip the arrows in the alchemical fire to launch them at the golem.
Wouldn't that fucking murder the arrows first?
What if you just tied the alchemical fire to the arrow? And, like, made it
that
into,
would
like,
be a waste of alchemical fire, wouldn't it?
I guess if you can use more of it than you need to, then you can. Like, I mean, if you can use a lot of it, then I suppose you can do for it.
Just don't spill any.
Well, DM, the DM says you can certainly try.
I'll take it.
Alright. You hear the beating of paper wings as the golem flies around the corner and is staring directly at all of you.
Okay. Dexterity throws. Here we go! Fuck! That's
a dexterity save. Try again.
Let me try that again. Whatcha?
Oh no!
Oh no! You kind of fumble with the alchemical fire and it spills to the ground at your feet, breaking.
Oh no!
Alright.
What, a 5?
With a 5. Yeah.
Wow,
Alright.
that's some shitty blast.
Malifane, were you trying to dip the arrows into the fire?
I thought it was already dipped in.
Oh, you dip it into the fire, it burns up immediately.
Oh. Well, that could have gone better.
Just throw the thing! And Trevlon is immediately trying to get away from his spill.
Dexterity or just dexterity?
I'd say roll short bow again with disadvantage, because you're trying to shoot it at it with the short bow.
I'll just roll it again, and you can choose the lesser of the two.
Yeah, sure. Great. You hurriedly tie the alchemical fire to one of your arrows, and then fire it at the golem. It lands in the thing's eye is not the correct word, because it is like this yawning portal in the center of its face. But it lands there and breaks apart. You have hit the thing.
Nice.
First roll short bow damage.
Short bow damage.
Right.
Nice.
So the arrow doesn't seem to have bothered it, but the fire breaking apart on its face, setting its pages on fire, definitely did.
Bullseye.
It's funny because that thing looks like an eye.
Not bad, touche.
All right. It shakes itself and then angrily stares at you, Esgal, and it's charging up another laser.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Ooh, is it time to run a clock already? I do believe it is.
Corellian, did you actually do your throw?
No, not yet. I'm not really
It's
close
not in
enough
range.
to be effective.
Alright.
Yeah. All right.
I say we
don't really see what I can do.
move back, maybe? Run into the hallway? Into the thing? And just get ready for another barrage?
As in into the storage room?
Yeah!
Sure, absolutely. I will duck the fuck back into the storage room and... Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna matter too much for me. It looks like it has its eye set on me.
Yep.
Can I throw Malifane the book as I'm getting away from that?
Oh yeah, definitely. You hand Malifane the book, just as another laser comes flying for him. Esgal, roll a dexterity save.
You got it.
Do good.
You catch the book behind your back as Trevlon throws it, and then hold it in front of you like it's no big deal, and the laser slams into it ineffectively. You are safe.
What's the matter? Is that all you got?
No, get in!
Oh, okay then.
Alright.
Oh,
Bloody hell, I managed to drop one of the bloody things.
Okay.
You hear the flapping of wings outside the door, and you get the feeling it's right outside.
I'm gonna ready my action and ready to fire through that alchemical fire.
Not gonna come in here unless we go out to get it, so...
I mean, don't give it. Can it come through these doors?
You have not seen it come through these doors. And from what Annabelle said, it does not enter this room.
Ah, yeah, she did say that, didn't she? Well,
I guess... Right, so this is a conundrum.
what do we do?
Annabelle is in there kind of huddled up against a crate for cover. Open the door and throw it out there and then close it again?
That's a genius idea.
I want to do it!
Alright, whoever's gonna take a pot shot, hold the book, is what I'll say.
Alright, give it to me.
Alright.
Malifane. Wait, I'm sorry, I'm losing track of my characters. Can you tell?
Everyone's in a 10-foot radius, right?
This alchemical fire is direct target. So,
No, I meant the book.
yeah, everyone in a 10-foot radius will be protected.
We're fine.
Okay.
Alright, Malifane hands the book to Momo.
Okay. His hands start shaking. I can do it. I can do this!
I'm just going to put a ghost Thavagoth here so you can see outside the room.
Oh no, he's outside!
Oh god, he's transcending.
Transcendence.
Embrace tranquility.
I was just
There's Zenyatta. There he is.
Zenyatta.
Healing.
Thavagoth is a force ghost.
Alright.
Dang, he's like right outside.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I
Great.
open the door real quickly, and then I throw it at him.
Momo,
But like as hard as I can.
you open the door. Roll dexterity.
Ah, frick.
Come
on!
You throw the bottle of alchemical fire, and the golem ducks out of the way just in time to dodge.
Oh, you got it. No, shame.
Close the door.
Is no one else going to throw?
No, I'm gonna go out.
I got it.
Momo,
Oh, okay, go ahead.
And I am going to also try to throw my alchemical fire. Question, DM: would I be able to take advantage of pack tactics in this situation?
Ooh.
None of your allies are adjacent to it.
Oh, adjacent to the creature.
Yes.
Gotcha. In that case, I am going to save my alchemical fire, and I'm just going to attempt to hit it with my war pick, actually,
Okay.
and see if I can draw its attention away from the door and onto me.
You raise your war pick and give it as good a stab as you can, and the golem notices you just in time, and kind of shifts papers around so that the war pick goes right in the center of them, but doesn't hit any of them.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Door's open, right?
Door is open. Door is definitely open.
I'm gonna fucking try again, and this time it's for real. Whilst he's distracted, can I possibly get advantage?
No.
Shit, damn it. Okay. I tried to charisma my way through that, didn't work. Here we go.
This vial of alchemical fire you also throw, but it lands just at the golem's feet.
How many do we have left?
4.
Okay.
Let me try another shot at it. Let me try another shot at it.
Alright.
Alright. So I run through the doors and give it another chuck.
Why are you running
My
into melee to
second
throw something at it?
Why are you judging?
Because that's going to be with disadvantage if you're in melee trying a ranged attack.
Oh shit, no, that's not, no.
No, bad. No, bad. That's
No.
bad.
Throw.
Alright.
Here.
The throw from there will hit it. The bottle breaks on the chest of the page golem and more fire spreads around it.
Okay.
Excellent.
Alright. The page golem is on fire, and I guess I'll roll for Thavagoth to throw his own alchemical fire at the thing.
Yeah, here we go. Go on, Thavagoth.
I believe in you.
He did it.
Yes.
He did it! He actually did it. He goes,
did
I do not
it.
like you.
The madman.
Yeet, and throws the vial of alchemical fire.
I've always wanted to hear Thavagoth say yeet.
Yeet.
Oh, this day is a good day.
If only Phil were here to actually say yeet as Thavagoth.
I'll get him to say it.
We know he would.
Alright.
He will do it.
Yes.
So, the vial breaks in the middle of the thing's head.
Woof.
Woof.
Woof. Who let the dogs out?
Alright.
Ah, kill me.
You're a clever one, aren't you?
So, I think that's everyone's vials of alchemical fire, except Corellian, who is stabbing it.
Yeah, I'm saving it.
Alright. So,
we got one shot.
I'm not rolling initiative for this because until you tell me this is where we make our final stand, it makes no sense to roll initiative when you can just run or hide. So, The golem looks down at you, Corellian, and extends a hand, which turns into this whirling mass of paper blades, and it kind of descends towards you like a buzzsaw.
Kill it with fire.
That's a miss.
Fire.
You raise your shield and block against the paper before it can cut into your flesh.
Oh, nice detail.
I have a question.
You.
So you know how it said like it can't hurt it can't hurt the book? What would happen if we threw the book at its face?
That
If we threw the book at it.
We might lose the book, yes, but it also might be like, you know, like a magnet, and it might just go like woof, just like get bounced into oblivion.
That means we would lose the book.
That's also true. I'm just going to keep that possibility in mind if it's all going very bad.
So do we want to fight it here, or...
I mean, what other choice do we have?
We're fucked.
Come on.
Annabelle looks over. It looks pretty still healthy to me. Any chance you could go back and close the door, please?
Yes, please do that!
I'll nip back in.
Alright, it gets an attack of opportunity from that.
Oh.
It rolled a natural 1, so you close the door and hear the sound of paper thump, 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 against the door as you close it.
Excellent.
Remind me again what bottles are filled with?
Like,
Chemical fire.
there are a lot of empty bottles in here.
So none of them are filled with anything.
None of them are filled with anything useful.
Okay.
Does Annabelle... Okay, we've asked Annabelle if she knows why this room doesn't actually, you know, like, why it doesn't hurt it, right?
You have. The answer was she does not know.
Is there any way we could find out why?
No, different. I want to go to a different line of approach. Can I ask again? And this time, as she said, when she gives her answer, see if she's lying?
Roll insight. You ask again, and she says, didn't I tell you? I don't know. I'm just happy it exists, and I'm not getting shot at with lasers, so that hasn't changed in the last hour or so. And you see that Annabelle would have no reason to lie about this.
Okay.
Oh, crap.
I'm just thinking, like, maybe it's somebody who like, trying to, you know, summon this thing for shits and giggles, and like, yeah, look how strong I am, and then once it actually happens, it's like, oh, fuck. Okay.
Annabelle, question: what's in the northern hallway?
From here, northern hallway, follow the green carpet. That is the Rogue Storm. I mean, technically they call it the Ranger's Dorm, but everyone there just steals shit, so we all know it's rogues.
Fair enough.
What would be in there?
Say again?
What would you find in the rogue storm?
A lot of people who allegedly are training to be forest rangers, but are actually, you know, padfoots, some of their stolen goods, stuff like that.
Wait a minute! Trevlon, do you still have the whistle?
Yeah, I do.
Use it!
Not in here.
On the thing?
Yes!
I sort of look at Corellian and I go, I think I know how this one works, and I'm pretty sure I can play it and not scare you.
Alright.
I creak the door open.
Alright.
And I play the flute.
Before you do, as you creak the door open, you don't see it out there.
Oh,
shit.
come on.
Wait, what?
It knows. Just kidding, I don't know if it knows or not.
Oh, and Annabelle, sorry, one more question.
Of course.
Is the east?
The east, that would be the Fighter Storm. They always think they're the big man on campus, you know?
Yeah,
of course, when that thing showed up, all of them took off in a hurry.
Do you know where it showed up from?
Showed up from, best guess would be the library? But we've already been there, so...
Okay, so we checked the classroom. We didn't go south when we were in the left hallway, did we?
We didn't check any of the other dorms either.
So you know how the classroom is left of the library, right?
Yeah.
What's the right?
If you go east and then turn immediately south before you go here, that would lead you to, let me see, trying to remember. That would be the feast hall.
Feast hall.
And then directly south from the academic wing, that would be the training grounds.
Right. Just trying to think of where the hell this thing would come from, and if somebody is conjuring it and who is summoning it, where they would be.
Didn't the golem say that it couldn't harm things that it was made from? Wouldn't that, extrapolate to it being made from the spellbook that we have?
Yeah, but who did it? Do I know much about how golems work?
Roll Arcana. You know the basic concept of golems. They are huge creatures made of certain elements, usually clay or stone. This one seems to be made out of spellbooks that are enchanted by spellcasters to serve one purpose in one order until ordered otherwise.
Okay. Do these spellcasters need to focus hard on it to make sure to keep it actually doing its thing?
No. Golems are autonomous, and they can be active long after the person who created them is dead.
This thing wants to do something. I'm just trying to figure out what the hell it is.
Well, it seems to be attacking people indiscriminately.
Yeah,
Students, staff, intruders.
Maybe it was told to just get rid of everybody here, but that would just mean all we'd need to do is just get out until it goes, and I don't know.
Yeah, something tells me we probably don't want to let it do whatever it should be doing.
That is absolutely right.
Loss of life and all that.
Yeah.
I think our best guess is to check the rooms we haven't checked so far and see what we can find.
We probably don't have a lot of time. Do we want to figure out a plan for a last stand before we... just so we know what to do should worse things come to worse?
I think that's a good idea.
I was thinking just toss the book at it and see what happens.
If that's your
If we do
prerogative,
that,
I'm
we'll lose our
blaming you
line
if
of
I
defense.
die.
Okay, yeah, if you die, then fair enough.
I will hunt you for the rest of my undead days then.
Think about it this way, there's a reason that this thing, hasn't been, looking for it, right? Because if it knew where it was, it would have pretty easily been able to get it, I'm pretty sure.
Where
I mean,
it was, are you referring to the spellbook?
Yeah.
Why would it care about the spellbook?
Well, if it's something that, it's like... If it's something that can hurt it, or if it's something that can make it better, then, it might be doing something with it.
Well, if its primary objective is something else, it's going to do that first.
Yeah. You make a point.
Annabelle pipes up. I think if I wanted the book, I would have tried to take it from you.
Yeah.
That's absolutely right.
That's true.
Annabelle, do you know if there's anybody else alive down here?
Well, honestly, I haven't been around to check. We've got fairly good evacuation protocol. A lot of people got out beforehand. And in this particular wing, it's not going beyond here, so it's just us and that thing. Oh god, now it sounds terrible when I say it out loud.
Excellent. What about the homunculus?
I don't really count that as a person.
Oh, true that.
So, this may be a bit insensitive, but how did you get stuck out here anyway, Annabelle?
She looks around nervously. I was definitely not pushed in here.
Rolls insight.
By whom? Were you definitely not pushed?
Well, if I did so happen to be pushed, it would probably be from the Fighters Guild, because they think I'm, and this is the exact quote they used, a nerd for looking into the big scary books and stuff like that. I don't know.
You looked into the big.
That's if
That's
I
right.
was pushed.
Yeah, absolutely. A completely hypothetical, understandable meatheads.
And hypothetically, if you were a nerd, and I'm not saying you are, I'm definitely not saying you are, but if you did look into big scary books, Alex, what was the name of the book the Golem book?
It did not have a name, the Golem book. You've got two other books, though.
You wouldn't have happened to have had a little look into the forbidden section, would you?
Maybe.
And you wouldn't have happened to look into a book about either potions or golems?
I mean, I looked at a couple potion books, yeah, but golems don't really interest me.
Okay.
Annabelle,
Right.
there's something you're not telling us.
Roll insight.
Meh.
Well, obviously she was lying about not being pushed in here.
Well,
I figured that much.
You get the distinct feeling she definitely did try to look in the forbidden section before.
Trevlon decides to think for a minute and pipes up.
I sort of give
Okay.
her... Malifane just sort of gives her that parental glare, like the whole, so I'm not mad, I just want to know what you did sort of glare.
If you are accusing me of animating that thing, you are completely out of line.
We are not accusing you of animating that thing. We are suggesting that something you were doing may have inadvertently caused something else, which then may have caused that thing. We don't think you're to blame here, if you even did anything at all.
Yeah.
We need to know all the facts to make sure that if there is a way to defeat this thing, we can find it.
She looks at the book of the golems with the pages torn out.
That's the thing it came out of, right? I did not look at that. I didn't touch it when I was back in the forbidden section. And I
Can
swear
I
to you...
roll insight?
I am going to go ahead and say yes. Go for it. She is telling the truth at that.
Okay.
And she continues on. Trust me, I want this thing gotten rid of as much as you do, and I am doing everything I can to help you people. I am sorry if that is not enough.
But what book did you look at? Just hypothetically.
She mumbles under her breath.
Necromancy?
Necromancy!
It's not illegal.
Okay.
It
Did
may
you
not be
summon
illegal,
anything?
but it's very dangerous.
All right, you were talking over
Did
each
you read
other.
any kind of sacred text out loud?
No, that would be stupid.
All right, first,
Well-
Chevlon, what did you say?
Did you try and perform any of the magic actually in the book?
No.
No. Okay, that's the important thing. It's a good thing we're not dealing with a skeleton mage that's been risen from the dead. That would be scary.
That'd be terrifying.
No other books.
Just those.
Okay.
Thank you for the
Right.
1 bit.
Thank
Thank
you.
Okay. Well, thank you for telling us that. I know it would have been unpleasant to do so in any other circumstance, but this helps.
That's still
We
kind
now
of
know for a
unpleasant, not
fact.
gonna lie.
We don't judge you. The only person we're here to judge is whoever decided to think that creating that was a good idea.
Hmm.
Looking for knowledge is not the same as acting upon it.
Yeah.
Right. I don't have any other ideas. I think we need to explore and try and figure out and get some more clues. So,
Where should we start?
the mess hall. If there's going to be a lot of people at once, if we're looking for people or things people might have dropped, like evidence, it'll be there. Loads of people will be in the mess hall.
I don't know. Maybe rogues' quarters. If their fingers are really that sticky, then maybe one of them inadvertently,
That's
found
a fair
something
point.
or snuck something in, or at least we could find something useful per se if we need to make a final stand. Yeah.
It's worth a shot. Looking for anything that we can use that may be of versatility.
Rogue's quarters
Alright.
were to the north.
I think you're right then. We'll go to the rogues' quarters and check it out and see if we can find either the pages missing, or, well, anything that can help us fight this thing.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. You head out the door. And then
Please tell me it's not back.
you don't see it.
Good.
And then it just appears directly in front of us.
All right.
Right. Right.
And you follow the
That's
green
weird.
pathway upward towards the rogue's door.
Wait for it.
As I move the map over, if it will load. Come on, work with me. Roll 20.
Work, you son of a gun. Whoa!
Oh, you bastard.
People!
You don't know that.
Metagaming. People, metagaming, metagaming, metagaming,
Alright.
metagaming. My brain's fried!
You come up to the sturdy oaken doors that stand over the green carpet.
What?
Alright, I guess we're Trevor will be able to roll perception to see if you can hear anything from the other side, maybe the monster.
Yeah, sure. Roll perception to hear something.
Yeah.
Hey.
You do not hear the flapping of the page golem. You do hear footsteps and shuffling about from inside.
There are people on the other side.
What? Really?
So,
Well, that's good.
well, that is good, but it doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to be meeting friends. We have two plans of attack, I think. We either come in, guns a-blazing, and just try and catch them by surprise and see if they react poorly, or we knock on the door and ask to come in.
Probably knock on the door. Something tells me guns blazing isn't really the best choice. You know, enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Person, yeah.
Stay
Trevlon.
prepared, but don't do anything risky.
Trevlon cracks his knuckles and raps on the door.
All right. The footsteps stop.
I don't mean to intrude, but there's a terrifying, scary page monster out there, and we're sort of looking for shelter.
There is some silence. And then, hold on. I actually have to look up some thieves' cant to make sure I'm saying this right. You hear from inside.
You a band dog?
Oh my gosh.
I didn't catch that. What did
Me
he say?
neither.
You a band dog?
A band dog. Can Trevlon roll insight to know if that's any sort of code?
Sure. That is definitely code. It is thieves' cant.
Do I know any thieves' cant?
No.
I do.
Band dog
What?
means
Really?
police officer.
And I respond in Thieves' Cant. No, just some travelers.
All right. There's more silence. We're good. Thanks.
They're not going to let us in like that. Can I try and roll persuasion and see if I can convince them to open the door for us?
What do you say?
Alright, I can understand if you're worried that we're going to turn you into the law or anything like that, but to be quite honest, we stumbled upon this place same as anybody else. The only thing we're looking for is a bit of shelter from the storm, so to speak, and if you don't let us in, you're more than thieves. You're letting us die.
Roll with disadvantage.
Damn. Well. Ugh.
All right. You hear?
Ah, sod off, you dreary cove. We don't want any.
I have an idea. I reach into my pockets and I have a remaining half a loaf of bread and some meat pie, and I speak to them. Will you let us in if I say that we have some food on us?
If you say that you have food on you,
Do you realize what you just said? Just if you say have food, not necessarily having food, that we would let us in. You think that's a fucking fair trade?
You're right.
Will you let us in if we say we have gold?
If you say you have gold, I mean, he has a point.
We have food!
And gold. And topaz if you don't have gems.
A slot
We've
slides.
come to bargain.
A slot slides open in the door, and you see a hand on the other side, kind of making a "give it here" gesture.
Oh, so you're saying you're going to let us
You
in?
let us in first, and we'll give you what we have.
Nah, and he closes the hole.
Trevlon raps on the door
Well,
and goes,
fine,
think about
well,
this
fine.
logically. If you decide to let us in, what are we going to do? You have us surrounded. If we don't give you what you want, you'll kill us easy.
Whoa, mate! You think I'm gonna fucking murder someone? Wow. Okay, I see how it is. You think we're all criminals? Wow.
We are
That
going-
is fucking
so-
rude.
And you know what else is rude? Do you know what else is rude, mate? Leaving us out here with that thing. It's
Good as
basically
murder.
the same thing.
That's the person. We just want to survive. We want to get rid of this thing.
If you were smart, you would have gotten out of here long ago.
We're not...
I don't think we're going to get anything out of these guys.
And you know what this thing can actually do, by the way? It can shoot through things, everything. We are looking for a way to get rid of it, to destroy it. If there's anything in there that can actually help us deal with this thing and help you get out, then you might actually be able to, live as opposed to stay locked behind this door for however long you want to stay there.
It ain't got in here yet, and it's tried. I think we're good.
All right,
Just
fine.
give
I
up.
can
There's nothing we can
understand.
do.
I can understand if you all want to be a bunch of pansies. That's cool. That's fine.
Can I try and roll intimidation?
Sure. Since Malifane was doing it before, you can do it with advantage.
Trevlon is getting very pissed at this point.
I just give like a little wink to Trevlon. Just roll with it.
All right. There's silence.
So Trevlon raps on the door and basically yells, "You haven't seen this thing much, have you? You haven't seen what it's been doing to things recently. You haven't seen that. It actually opened a couple doors recently. They were locked as well. Managed to come in here and kill one of our friends. Now, don't take this the wrong way. We tried to kill it. Tried. And we lost one of our buddies. We've had a very rough day, and if you don't let us in, that's fine. We can leave you and let you deal with it. But you won't win."
Then silence.
Oof.
And then you hear, "Did that fucking elf just call me a pansy?"
Yes, he did.
You hear the shuffling of feet getting closer to the door. And then he opens up another slot, and crossbow bolts come flying out directly at you, Malifane. Let us see what hits. I think that one doesn't.
Reaction dodge.
Nope.
Okay.
All right, a crossbow bolt hits you directly in the face, Malifane, as they quickly slam the door shut again. Oh, you take 12 piercing damage.
I'm unconscious.
All right, the crossbow bolt hits you directly in the face, and you just pass out right then and there.
Oh my god, can I heal him?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, cripes.
What a way to go.
Womp, womp, womp.
I'm not even upset at that. That's fucking hilarious.
May I kindly suggest that we sawed off?
I very crossly take a cat. Do I have any lights on me?
You've got torches.
I light a torch, first of all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry, what you call it? Escal. And I place it down next to the door. I look to the others and goes, "I think I've been offended. I'd like you to go down the way and go into the... Which room haven't we checked yet?"
The one to the east.
Right.
The fighters' quarters.
You go there. Go on ahead of me.
You're gonna
I'm
leave
going-
a plant, aren't you?
You get the idea. They don't want to open the door for me, that's fine. They don't need to open the door and, well, they can deal with this for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I'll-
evil.
Well,
kill
they shot my
themselves.
friend, so I don't give a shit.
Neither do I.
Right, I wait for everybody to get moving before I do this. So that...
But
I'm sorry. I just want to watch them.
Anybody get the number on that arrow?
Wait a minute. Should I stay here to make sure that they like activate or something?
It'll activate as soon because you lit a torch. It's a bright light. It's
Yep.
gonna activate the plant.
I missed the
this
part
is-
where you put
this
down the
is-
shrieker.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That's why I'm waiting for everybody to get away so I can run.
All right.
I just put an arm on Corellian's shoulders. Just, are you my mommy?
Everyone is
I
now a
would
fair
have-
distance away.
No.
Trevlon, you put...
Trevlon, yeah, before, Trevlon, do I have anything to plug my ears?
No.
Just book it.
Yeah, fair enough. I
I
yell, you don't want to open the door? That's fine. Keep it closed, but have fun with this. And Trevlon takes out a shrieker, drops it, and just plugs his ears with his hands and books it down to where everybody else is going.
All right. As you drop it, it immediately goes... Yeah, you can easily hear that thing, and you bulk it down the hall, back to the crossroads. And as you do, you hear the fluttering of paper wings. As I move you over, come on. There we go.
Oh, fuck.
You gotta be freaking kidding me.
How'd you get over there?
Zoop. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
And as you run, the page golem comes flying in that direction and sees you all. And that is where we're going to end the session.
Oh come on!
God
Right
damn
before
it.
our probable last stand.
Yep.
What is the clock at?
The clock is at half.
Alright.
Oh. Hey, we got super chat on YouTube.
Heck
Oh,
yeah!
Yeah.
thank you!
Thank you for
so
$2,
much.
Catriol.
Thank you.
Yeah. Deploy plant, says Catriol in the super chat. Thank you very much.
Deploy.
All right.
Plant _ deployed.
So I'm just gonna throw this out there. At 4 health, this thing's gonna kill me.
Probably.
Ah, heck.
It's a good thing we have the book.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you can probably survive if you're smart.
Oh, no guarantees then.
Yeah.
I'm in the dark right now. Escol is not smart. We've established that.
Boo! Thank you all
I'm
for.
just
I
gonna
think we're fucking dead.
Yeah. Thank you all for tuning in to Team Fallen's Fallen Empires. You can see us again Friday evening for Cannibal Conspiracy. And on Thursday, there's going to be another stream. What's it going to be? Who knows? It might be Sea of Thieves. I don't know. I'm not going to be there. That's for nerds.
Hey.
Hey! Yeah.
We
As
just
al-
called everyone nerds.
Hey, who wants to watch some nerds play video games? As always,
Hey.
thank you all for being a wonderful audience, and we will see you next week for Fallen Empires. Bye-bye!
Later, taters.
Hello.